The screen's frozen, Matt.
It has. That was a 3-minute timer, right? I thought I'll just pop that on and just see what it does, So I was calming down there. And then I got to the 20-second mark and I thought, I haven't even pushed live, so no one can even see it.
Well, that gave me 3 minutes of editing time that helped.
There you go. See? I'm always helpful.
Always helpful.
Yep. Well, I don't know where the rest of these lunatics are today. I just tried to ring Jim. He obviously doesn't realise it's Friday. Every time I ring him on Friday for him, I go, it's Friday, don't you? And he goes, what, already? I say, yeah, mate, yeah.
It's a long weekend here, so it's amazing. Ooh.
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Monday is Family Day, which is the day that we all fight or something. I don't know what. Anyway,
Family Day.
We got Bob. Yeah, Family Day. Bob and Robert. So we got a Bob, and a Don.
We got Bob, Rob, and Mike. Sorry, I keep saying Mick. We say Mick over here. Mick, Mike, Bob, Casey, Arizona, Drone Dude. How are you, mate? Good to see everyone again for another Saturday morning of absolute crud here in Australia. Thanks for joining us. Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, Kenny, how are you, mate? Cutter Media. Drone Bum, how are you, Paulie?
Drone Bum.
Or not off. Well, you know what? If anything, Paul, this show will make you not off. So glad to help.
Yeah, well, I have news. I have news for you, Matt.
Okay. Before you give me the news, though, I've got someone new here who, amazing. Hopefully, some instead of the normal crud we have here, we have someone with a little bit of input. Oops! Here comes another message. Oh, here we go. So anyway, I'd like to introduce you to Tim Devine. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly, mate. How are you, mate?
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Cracking along, man. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad to. I'm glad this setup's working, actually. I got the chat window here too, so the iPhone up there.
Nice. Don't expect anyone in the chat to interact with you, though. They're useless. No, okay. No they're not. They're good. No. Good on you, mate. Good on you. I actually last week I popped up a couple of Tim's videos. He's it looks like just starting off on the YouTube channel. Hey.
Yeah. I've had a few things on there before, but taken them down just because I don't know if you find the same. I look at old videos of myself and just cringe, so I've deleted them. But I built a chicken coop and did a couple of things before, but yeah, the latest videos are now sort of refreshed and a new look to them. So.
Yeah. Well, what you just said, you look at old videos. I actually go back into mine and look at my young videos, and I get a little bit disappointed when I look at this now, and I go back a couple of years and there wasn't any grey there. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, we got another couple here. We got Mr. Peter Carroll. How are you, buddy?
Mr. Peter Carroll.
And
good morning, guys.
The one and only, the man himself, Mr. Rodney Bell. Look at this.
Hey! Nice shirt, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Look at this one.
Oh, you got Paulie's on. I'll be buggered.
Hey, Don. Hello, Tim. Hello, Peter.
Hey, Rodney.
Right.
Hello, everybody in the chat.
Hi to Tim, too. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, Peter.
Good.
Yeah, you can you pop your channel link down there, Tim, if you want. Oh, hang on, you're not. I don't think you should be. Yes, you are. You're blue. Chuck your channel link in there, mate, for people to pop along and have a bit of a look at what you did. He just tried to chase a jet ski. Now that's the hardest thing to do. Trying to keep it into frame. It's very difficult. But a lovely spot to do it too, Tim.
So Tim, early was nice, and I get a bit of a scare there when it got a little bit close to the water at one point, but it was all good. I was really impressed with how well it just maintained itself way out. There's about 1 kilometre out to sea too, so it's it's done well.
That was the Air 2, was it?
I'll tell you,
Here
Tim.
too, yep.
Yeah.
I was chasing a jet ski last summer here in Canada, and I started out low, like I was maybe 3 meters off the water, and she was coming really fast. So I started tracking. She passed me. I spun around as I went, and of course I'm only looking at the horizontal part, right? And of course the same joystick for rotating is also for descending. And I had a little bit of down on me. When I looked at the display, I was at minus, I think it was a half a meter. And I was
Ouch.
standing on the dock. No, it couldn't have been that much. It must have been like 0.1 minus. But I was standing on a dock that was no more than 20 centimeters off the water. So I think I got my feet wet, but thankfully I jumped her up at the last second. So
Yeah, I remember that. That was
Scary
crazy.
stuff.
You had some news, Don, you said.
I do. Do you remember last week I kept dropping out and I said there's something wrong with my computer?
Yeah.
So it's a brand new computer. It's down there. It's a portable desktop, so it's not quite a laptop, but it's incredibly powerful. Massive, like 2 terabits of solid state disk on it, 32 gig of RAM, graphics card. I don't even know what it is. Anyway, it was resetting like just randomly every like 15 minutes, half an hour. Sometimes it would go all day, and then it would just poof, reset itself. So my son, who's an engineer as well, and I like went through all the debug and diagnosis, all this shit. Anyway, bottom line is we concluded it was the power supply. I ordered a new power supply, and we were all like, well, it might be that, could be the graphics card, could be the CPU, who the hell knows? Swapped out the power supply last night at exactly this time, because it was 10 after 8, and haven't had a reset since. So I am a happy guy.
Holy moly.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Was that one you built yourself, or purchased one from somewhere built up?
He put it together for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
Obviously a PC thing, as Gary says.
Yeah, right, Peter?
No, I'm just repeating what Gary's saying there in chat.
Yeah,
I happen to agree with him, but just repeating.
PC thing. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, politically correct. Yes. You're right. It could be anything. And you know what? You'd be pointing to some sort of hardware within the computer that's not going crop. You know, like you said, a GPU or something like that, not quite meshing or some shit. But a power supply, very unusual. But
no, power supplies are shit. So.
Well, you've got to get the ones that are made in China, mate. They're the good ones.
They're good ones. Yeah. So,
was it a dud power supply, or one that wasn't powerful enough?
I just replaced it with exactly the same one. It's definitely powerful enough. It's a 600 watt. So
okay.
Yeah. And no, I think it just has something screwed up in it. Now, of course, I'll be saying this, and you'll lose me, and you'll know why.
Yeah, hey, it'll overheat and it'll just pop itself again.
oh, wait, there's better news. I forgot.
Oh my God, there's more.
Seeing me jerk around and pixelated and all the rest, I have successfully secured a Starlink order. So in a few weeks, we will get the magic dish, and I will have upload and download speed beyond imagination. And Kenny can attest to that. So
yes, Kenny's having a blast at the moment. I don't know if you know, Tim. Kenny's off. Don and Kenny Cardoso Media are in Canada. I think where's Kenny? Saskatchewan or something like that, isn't he? And you're in Ontario.
He's in Manitoba. He's in Winnipeg.
Manitoba. Sorry. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Winnipeg. Somewhere out in the sticks, anyway. And Kenny's had shopping. I think he had 1 up and 2 down or some shit for a long time. You know, he had all sorts of problems, and he's just got himself that was a Skylink, wasn't it? Skylink thing, you know. And what was your upload and download again, Kenny? Chuck that in the chat, mate. Winnipeg. There you go. Winterpeg. Yeah, you're bloody cold over there. So he's getting absolutely astounding ups and downs now, man. Fantastic. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So he's doing all right. So that'll be good for you, Don. And you can cart that anywhere, so you can take that to your bloody cottage as well.
That's where it's going. I've got great internet in Ottawa, but here at the cottage, where it is a little wintry as well.
Yeah, look at that. Minus 15.
That's about as warm as it got today.
Holy shit, man. God damn it. So, Tim, what's your next one, mate? What is your next adventure?
Oh yeah, I've just got a whole heap of leftover footage, and I've been working through it, trying to put it together to be something from Belly Beach. But yeah, not 100% on it yet. I'm aiming to have it done by the end of the weekend.
Yeah,
so we'll see how it goes. But I might even break down some of the first video and how it's shot and that sort of thing in the next one. But,
Yeah.
And then I've got a ride day video filmed as well. So on the sports bikes with the Insta360 and a couple of other cameras, a little bit of drone stuff as well. So that should be good.
Oh,
Those
that's excellent.
360s are fantastic. I love those cameras.
And they,
Yeah.
what editing software are you using?
I use LunaVision on the iPad.
Yep, righto. No
Good
worries.
move.
Yeah, so it's not a popular one, but it definitely does the job.
Look, I've got to stop a bit of time here. I've got to stop some time. We just got to pause for a second because I can't believe who's in the green room here. He's actually shown up this week.
Hey,
Adrian, not Adrian.
hey, Matt, before you do that,
Yep.
I need to do something for Bob Casey.
Okay.
Hey, Bob, this is for you, brother.
Oh, he's high hat. Ooh. Whoa, shit, a brick. What's going on between you two? There's like a bit of a lover's quarrel.
A little bit of friction.
It's really kind of funny, Bob. Bob didn't see that I said hi to him, so he thought I was just ignoring it.
No, he saw it.
So and then he deleted his comment, but I saw it, so I made a comment, and he's like, "Oh, I just deleted that." So I told him, I said, "Look at the screen then," and I had it.
Yeah, no, he saw it, mate. He's just ignoring you. He would. He does. He does that sort of thing. But let me introduce you to Capture Life Connection. Stevie, how are you, buddy?
Hey, hello everyone. How you doing?
Hi, Steve.
Going on, mate? Thanks
Pleasure.
for popping up, brother. Good to see you, man.
No,
Good to see you.
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Oh, fantastic, mate. I love it. And look at that crib he's got. Oh, I hope that's not a green screen.
No, that's a green screen. hate to disappoint.
How you been, mate? Bit cold over there?
Yeah, we've been hit with snow, and then it snowed again, and then it's flurries the next day. So it's been and it's pretty cold. Yeah, it's been dropping, but it's okay. I make the best of it. You know, I fly if I can. And
It's not as if you have to deal with that every year, eh?
No, it was pretty mild last year, so I guess they're making up for it now. You know, it's like every other day it snows now. So but it's cool as long as it's not too cold. You know, I wait for the breaks in the weather so I could go fly, take some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, we're expecting ice here tonight.
Where are you?
I'm in New York. New York City. Yeah,
New York. Tim,
But
check it in, mate.
I fly a lot in Westchester County and a little between Westchester County and Poughkeepsie. You know, those areas. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
I used to fly into Kingston, New York all the time for business.
Oh, I've been there before a few times. I went there
Nice
for a car show. Yes, it's nice over there. But you know, all that area in between the city and Kingston is really good areas to fly, and they have a lot less restrictions than dealing with the little areas in the city. You know, I mean, we have places in the city obviously that are legal, but it gets complicated sometimes. So.
Yeah, and you know what? I could imagine that maybe there might be a few Karens running around New York and having to deal with people.
Yeah, I had luckily I didn't have anybody come up to me directly like that, but I had one lady was walking the dog, and then cops happened to pull up a little while later, and then she popped up, I guess, like watching to see what happens, and it went down smooth. The cops were cool. This happened in Brooklyn. And one of the cops was talking about going to Best Buy after our conversation to get a drone himself. So it's all about the approach, you know? So I hope he goes back to that same park to piss that lady off. Like, pull out his badge, like, excuse me, lady, I'm
She
off
probably
duty.
You should have whipped one out of your body, the trunk of your car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am the law. Yeah.
yeah. So outside of that, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but outside of that, I never really had anybody come up to me and you shouldn't be flying here and all that noise, you know.
Yeah. What actually happened on that day you had that meetup? Because I know someone came up to you.
Yes, that was the Parks Police, and we had some official people with us. But you seen how we handled things. Nobody was, hey, you know, I work with this, whatever. You know, everybody handled it smooth. That's a new park. They have no signs. If you look online, there's no restrictions online. It has a list of restrictions of what you could do in the park. Nothing about drones. So one of a friend of ours had the meetup there, and you saw how many people showed up. And honestly, I can't say it was 100%, but the problem started when the FPV drones came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, people were walking their dogs there, and all of a sudden, you know, the camera drones were going right over the river, and that's it. You don't even hear them. You don't see them.
Yeah.
But once the FPV guys came and they started getting busy, they started diving the little buildings that were under construction nearby and going around, you know, the little cranes and stuff. It's just the noise, you know?
Yeah.
And, it's a little intimidating for some of the people in that area, especially they're paying so much to live there. They're probably like, I'm not dealing with this. So the Karens came out. But once again, they didn't approach us.
No, they wouldn't.
They called, and then they wait and they watch from afar, you know, and see how it goes down. And everything was cool. The cop was cool. I don't know if you heard what the cop was saying. And afterwards, the cop started giving out N95 masks to everybody. He just started handing them out. He went to the squad car and got another box and just handed out whole packs of N95 masks. So
Wow.
So we you know what? That's probably going to be my next video, how to deal with the police. Because if we have no people, what was that?
Video to have. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, because you know NYPD gets the worst rep in the country, right? But we had good situations over here. You know, I think it's how you handle the cops. You can't be like, I'm part 107 and I checked the charts and just like, my apologies, I didn't know. When I checked it, it seemed like a legal spot, but I'll take it down. I don't want to, push. You don't want to push them. Once you start giving that whole high and mighty, I'm a drone pilot for whatever years and this, that, and the third, it kind of like pushes them to push harder on you.
Yeah.
So even though when we do these locations, we do these meetups, for the most part, we check. First check the Google Earth, see the spot, see where the park and all that, and then check the sectional maps, and then check the before you fly, and then we got ourselves a meetup.
Yeah.
But you can't go against the law enforcement.
That's right. It's law enforcement's a little bit different to someone from a member of the public, and usually they're rather aggressive because they know everything and they know best. And it's hard to keep you cool with someone so stupid. It just deserves a punch in the head and you walk away. Now that gets really hard you can't educate them. Members of the public, they just think they know everything. You shouldn't be here. Right. It's illegal. You can't do it. It's no good even talking to them.
Yeah.
But members of the police force, totally different thing, and they'll obviously approach you a little bit better than what someone from an opinionated member of the public would. And you can have a good chat to the cops too, because they know basically that they know before they get there whether you're actually breaking the law or not. I can almost guarantee that. But they have to come and they have to have a chat to you and all that sort of shit just to appease the bullshit that goes on with them. And this is the thing, they're worried about some privacy and all this sort of shit, and you got to worry about the person with their mobile phone with their $50 lens that they can zoom in 3 million times on, and they're worried about drones and things like this, but they're the ones that are watching what's happening now. Ooh, and they've got all their shit going on. It gives you the shits, mate.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's just what we deal with.
You know, it's funny. There's another video a little bit older than the one that you saw. And in this situation, one of the guys, I'm not saying what's his job, but he had like a scanner type thing, you know?
Yeah.
And he was listening to the cops asking each other, anybody know about the drone laws before we approach these guys? And nobody knew anything. And they approached us anyway. So we already knew that they didn't know anything when they pulled up. And they pulled up like 3 cars. And they're like, you know, we didn't say anything. Like I said, we're not trying to start anything because they'll burn up that spot. You know what I'm saying? We'll never be able to go back. Even if we win the argument, we'll lose the war. You understand? So, we just played it cool. And some of the guys were explaining stuff because the cop was really cool. So he was telling them how the FAA controls this and you know, going through the motions. And we ended up leaving, you know, bottom line, we ended up leaving. But we still handled it good. But it was funny listening to them talking, you know, like going back and forth, like who knows about whatever, how could we approach this, you know, trying to get everything, get the T's crossed and the I's dotted, you know, before they rolled up. And we already knew they didn't have nothing to you know, stand on when they pulled up. That's another video. I didn't use the scanner part because I don't want to jeopardize the guy's job or whatever. But I just put the part when the police pull up and they start talking back and forth, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's you know, that's I mean, if it's in a grey area or an area where actually, if it's in an area where it is a dead set red no fly zone, then this is what I'm saying. The cops would probably know that. You know, you can't fly here because you're close to the bloody airport, mate. What are you doing? But in areas where they don't know, and this is probably what you were hearing, going, oh, what do we do about this area? You know, what's happening?
There's little spaces between the B class and the city that we could fly in between. So we, you know, obviously we go in those little areas, and the cops don't know. Sometimes they get a call and they're just doing their job. They get a complaint. They're like, let's just deal with these guys. Another problem is the big numbers. There's a lot of pilots in New York City. So when we have meetups, you know, it's kind of a turnoff when they see such a big group. You know, they see 20 guys, and that's intimidating sometimes too. You know, the big groups. So
and every one of them has a machine with rotating blades on
it. Everybody has a weapon of choice. So, so usually, honestly, if you see some of my more recent videos, I usually get up really early. I have like my morning crew that gets up early. We get up before the sun comes up, and we get to the location. And sometimes we already had our breakfast on the way there, and it's smaller groups are better, you know, sometimes. Just 2 of us, 3 of us.
But that group, this is
guys,
where
I'm gonna drop. My internet is just like
unstable. It's unstable.
Well, it's non-existent is what it is. I get 2.5 down and 0.4 up. So if you can see me at all, it's a miracle.
No, I see them. I don't know if you guys see them.
Yeah, you're actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, you can see them.
If I start moving, I'm sure.
It's holding up.
Move.
It's very cinematic, Don.
I am moving.
Do an orbit.
Anyways, no, it's really, really jagged on this end. So I'll talk to you guys later and have a good show.
Pleasure.
No worries. Thanks, Don.
Good seeing you again.
Take care.
Bye, Don.
Yeah, I was having internet issues big time. I had to redo everything. Oh wait.
Yeah, how's your internet there, mate?
It was bad, but I was putting in so many complaints. They just upgraded everything and lowered my bill.
Wow. See, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, I just kept calling because I have the kids remote learning, and I have my laptop set up all day, wifey's laptop set up all day, and it was just so unstable. And then I got on a live stream, and I kept freezing up. I just kept complaining to the point that somebody important called me back and looked at how long I was with them, and they ended up sending a technician over and upgraded the box and all the stuff that needed to be done. And so far, so good.
Well, good deal.
Yeah, I got lucky. It's not always like that here.
It seems
Gonna
like,
take that.
seems like here lately, my internet's been resetting itself about the same time as I'm going to fly a Sunrise.
Mm.
So some Saturdays or Sundays I get online and I'm streaming real good, and other times I buffer like crazy, or I don't connect at all.
Complain. Especially if you have options in your area, like other companies.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's where I don't benefit, because I mean the only other option I have would be to go with one of the phone companies, and I don't want to do that.
no, I'm not saying to leave, but you could use that as leverage, maybe.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I've been with this company for so long. I guess they just, they looked at my record and gave me a deal, so I went with it.
Oh yeah, I think most of the time, I think most companies are pretty much like that. They see how long you've been with them, and oh yeah, we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
To keep you. I mean,
You one, Gary. We haven't got bladder infections, mate.
Gary.
You know, they're all these Apple people. You know, what's going on with their orchards? You know,
I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I jumped in. I don't even know what's going on. Hold on.
actually, Tim, what do you use? Apple all the time, do you? You do too. Oh, that's right. And your last video was on the iPhone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Holy
And all edited on here.
shit.
You use
And,
Apple too, don't
that-
you, Mac? You use an iPad for your
iPhone
drone.
up there too.
Yeah, I use the iPad for the drone, but that's about it, mate. I need the power of a PC to edit my crap.
Still an
mate.
Apple user.
None of this little shit.
You guys are funny.
Well, you're right. You're
Talking
not
about-
the right person there, Tim.
Talking of those 360 videos, did you see the Daddy of 13 put up a video the other day about flying over his location in the snow, and he got a shot from the 360 camera, looking down, sort of directly over the drone. So you can see the drone from above, and then the whole landscape below it. It's really amazing effect.
I've actually seen that. You can get mounts for the Air 2 either on top or underneath. And the best thing about that is you just fly anywhere and then you can frame it up later. That'll take a bit longer to do all the framing, but you just won't miss it. Like if you're with a regular camera, you can miss things, but with a 360, it captures everything. So it's good for that.
Like I said, he got the shot, looking as though it was sort of viewing from about a foot or so above the drone. You can see the whole drone in the picture as well as everything underneath it. It was great.
Speaking of average-looking people, hello, mate.
What's up, guys?
hey,
I was going to say it's Jim here, but no.
Yeah, no. I don't know where the hell Jim is. Jim, Adrian, Al, Ron, they've all boycotted the show today for some reason. They've all disappeared into Nowheresville. That's in the middle. Speaking of which,
Ron
actually,
may be busy. He's working, and apparently the weather's not too good up there in South Dakota.
oh, don't you be fooled, mate. He's never busy at work. He doesn't do anything.
Yes.
Hey, the only reason I'm not working is I'm on vacation.
Good boy. Well done. Well done. Gotta love that.
I'm actually coming to y'all from the hotel room.
Oh, are you? Where are you? Are
I'm in Jekyll Island, Georgia.
you sitting on the toilet?
No. They just have a sink at the end of the room.
Right.
I was gonna say, it does look like he's sitting in the
Yeah, you see the sink
room, doesn't
And
it?
that's behind me.
That looks
like
the door for the.
It does. It does. It looks like he's
Yeah,
doing
it's
an
funny.
Adrian on us. Bloody hell.
No, definitely not.
Hold on a second. Let me clean myself up.
And little does he know that he's actually using the hand he had his phone with to wipe his. What?
Oh man.
Holy shit bags. So you got something to say, Mike, about the law?
You know, I work with a lot of law enforcement with what I do at the hospital, working, with the law enforcement aspect of the hospital. And I'm friends with a bunch of these city cops. And they have, honestly, when it comes to drones and drone laws, these guys literally have no clue. Like, they have to actually sit there, grab the book, and start flipping through it
Yeah.
just to even find a point to begin.
Right.
I've actually had them call me and be like, hey, bro, can you tell me kind of what the legality of this is? You know the drone laws better than we do. So, you know,
Right.
that's kind of what we've gone up against. Now, I have taken some of these guys out, shown them about drones, stuff like that. And, you know, it kind of built a better relationship with the local law enforcement and droning. That was until some idiot decided to literally take his drone up next to the airport.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah. And he ended up with like a $1,500 fine, I think. And they confiscated his drone and everything. But, you know, like I said, I've literally had some of these guys actually call me and go, hey, do you have any clue of what the law would be on a situation like this with a drone? And we would sit there and talk it through. So,
you know what? Just about every time someone will fly a drone, they'll be breaking the law in some aspect, especially when it comes to visual line of sight and flying over people. That's probably the two basic ones that people just don't give a rat's about.
yeah.
It all depends on where you are, I guess, with visual line of sight. I mean, if you're in the middle of bloody nowhere, who gives a shit, really, when it comes down to it? But flying over people and all that sort of thing can be a bit of a worry, you know, and I don't do that because if something does happen, you know, you're going to feel like a real cock, aren't you? Because you're doing it. I mean, I've seen videos on YouTube and everything, especially Tim up at Noosa. You know, there was a bloke flying a Spark up there, and he's got his camera straight down. So, you know, you get camera perspective, right? So if your camera's up a bit and it looks like you're actually flying over shit, but you're nowhere near it, you're way back here.
Right.
But he had his camera down, and he was just flying over the beach, and the beach is packed full of people. And he's flying this Spark. He just chucked it up into YouTube. You know?
Yeah. No, I've seen that too. I've seen people flying over bridges, cars are driving, and like you said, they have that perspective. You know, they're right over it because the camera's facing down.
Yeah, man.
And like you said, when the camera's facing up, you're not nowhere close to it, and that's something that you need to learn right away if you really want to start coming out with some real good videos. Because sometimes you seem like you're so close, but you're not really that close. You ever see like when you're around structures and stuff? But that's what line of sight is the perfect way to practice. And that's why some people be like, whatever, like they'll say it on TV, but when they get out there, they just take off and they looking at the screen the whole time, you know? But honestly, I perfected flying the way I fly. It's just the line of sight. I kind of have an idea, even if I'm losing the sight of the drone, because it's kind of like with the Phantom, it was so white. You know, you just look down 1 second, where'd it go? You didn't even move the drone. You know, it's so white, it blends in with the sky sometimes. So sometimes you gotta move it back and forth. Yeah, you gotta move it back and forth just to see it again, and then you catch it again. Yeah, the orange. That's perfect.
Do that, brother. Do that. You'll never lose it.
Yeah, but that perspective on the drone, I always tell people practice that. Just looking at the drone and getting near structures and see how far it looks on your screen.
Yeah, big difference.
And that's when you can start really getting badass with the shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how far you are, you know?
Yeah.
And you can really play with it because you already understand the difference, you know?
Yeah. And you'll find too that if you're doing something like flying backwards through something, you know, and then getting that perspective there, it just looks like it's just missing the camera, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you got this. Where is it? You got that much room, you know, between the blades and what's going there, but it looks so bloody close, you know. Like, oh, that was unreal. It wasn't that hard, you know.
Yeah, you wasn't even close to it. You wasn't even close. You could do that really cool with the trees and the branches.
Yes,
I did a review recently, and it looked like I was going to go right into the tree as I was doing like a half orbit. The branch wasn't even near me, but like it was just, you know, the perspective, like we talked about. The branch is right there. I went right under it. Yeah.
And your mate's perspective too of how close he got to that building. Well, he did get close, didn't he? He smacked right into it.
Oh yeah, my boy, Roland.
Holy moly! I can't believe that flew after that, and the gimbal was still attached.
Yes. Only 2 props broke, but I told him change them all. Don't take a chance. It's just props. They're so cheap. Don't just replace the broken ones, you know. So he replaced it. I didn't want to drag out that video. That video was so long, but we actually have footage of him in the back of his car, like taking off the old broken ones and everything. I took pictures and everything. But I'm going to tell you, if you watch that video, I did not speed up that footage. He had it in sports mode, sideways. That was not sped up at all. I told him after, we were at the meet, I was like, send me that footage. I'm going to make something with this. And he was like, sure. And I left it at the original speed. Man, that was a crazy crash.
That was. You got to check that out, Tim, because that was a Mavic Air 2 as well, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, Mavic Air 2. And it took a hit. It took a real good hit.
They got nailed.
Yeah, and we flew right after that. You see it in the video.
That's crazy.
We relocated though. We went to another spot, and that spot was a little hot after that. We almost took out a building.
You wore out your welcome in that location, didn't you?
Yeah, knocking on the door. He clipped the window. You know.
Oh shit!
You didn't see if you freeze frame it, he kind of hits a window there. He's lucky he didn't end up in one of those those videos, those accidents. You ever seen the one that goes through the window and lands on somebody's thing? He jumps like he's on the computer. And he jumps. He almost made one of those videos. I would have had to use the capture video instead of the real footage.
Oh, that's fantastic. That was an incredible. It was a really good video to pop up, actually. With that sort of thing, and just gives people an idea. You've got to be aware. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. Otherwise, shit will go down. Now, Ron Lockwood, as much as he's flown, he crashed his Mavic in exactly the same way because he was watching his screen. Now, he was well within visual line of sight, but he was watching his screen.
Yeah.
And I've nearly crashed my Pro like that. I had a sunset going on and I had the aperture and the shutter, the aperture set for the sunset. So everything else was dark around. I just had this beautiful sunset and I'm just going to the left and I'm going, just a bit longer, because I'm always thinking of the editing, I wanted that shot to go as long as I can so I can cut it wherever I like. Anyway, and I'm flying around, Next thing I see a silhouette shadow of this tree coming in front of me. Stop, shit. And then I just flew back
down the other day.
Hey, oh my God.
Listen, Matt, this happens to the best of us, man. About 3 weeks after that guy crashed the Mavic Air 2, I was with a very experienced pilot. And I'm not going to say his name. You probably know him from Facebook, but he has a lot of years in the game. He also flies FPV, and he crashed his Mavic 2 Pro. He was doing the same thing, but he had all his sensors on. He might have even had it in tripod mode. He was doing a sideways shot on a bridge, and we were all hanging out talking. I wasn't in the air at the time, and all of a sudden he's like, "I crashed," and I'm like, "How the hell you crashed? You had the sensors on and everything." He hit like an antenna on top of a building, like an office building. A small little building, like they had like a service building, I guess, for the bridge and the reservoir there or whatever. And anything thin, it's not going to pick up until it's too late. So when he heard the beep, it was too late and it crashed. And he's lucky because when it crashed, it fell on a walkway behind the building instead of falling in the reservoir. It would have fell in the water. Yeah. So one of the service guys was coming up with his truck and he opened up the gate and he went around. He got the drone for him. It was all messed up. The gimbal broke and everything. But like I said, this is an experienced pilot. I believe he's been flying longer than me, to tell you the truth. And it just happens, man. Like you just have that day that you're just a little too brave, I guess, or, you're so confident that you make a little mistake that ends up costing you,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I had a close call at the Hines Dam, Matt. You'd know that spot.
Whereabouts?
I went to go the Hines Dam, Town Lake. Yeah, went to go under the bridge, and I'm looking in the phone, and the water was that still that the reflections of the pillar, I didn't spot the actual horizon level. But as I'm looking at the phone, I see negative 1.7 meters. I'm just going, whoa, and it was literally just off the surface of the water. But because of the reflection of the columns, it looked like I had plenty of room to keep going. So, very close call.
It is, you know, and with those sensors too over water, they can do some crazy stuff. I popped a Mavic Pro into out the Currumbin, up near Currumbin there in the rainforest, and because I was used to flying the Spark through rainforest, and it behaves itself pretty well. You can go as low as you like, and it doesn't stuff around. It does move around a little bit, but not like the Mavic Pro. Oh my God, this thing didn't know what the hell it was doing without GPS, and because I was over the river. And it was jerking to the right and left and up and down. Geez, I was behind. I was like, shit. Anyway, I took my eyes off for 2 seconds. Next minute, it just goes right, hits a bush, straight into the bloody river. So that was one. That was one Mavic Pro.
Oh, that's terrible.
I remember
Was
that
there
happened.
any way to retrieve it or save it? Or?
Yeah, actually flying. It's flying in Perth at the moment. A bloke bought it and took it over. Now the sensors. The sensors were stuffed, forward-facing sensors, so it wasn't picking that up. GPS, return to home, all that sort of thing. The things still flew all right. The camera, for some reason, these cameras seem to be extremely waterproof, because I've known of people who have been in the river for quite some time before they actually get them out, and their cameras are always fine. It's always something else to do with the internals, whether it be sensors or, you know, if you blow up like that.
Yeah.
You're lucky if the battery shorts out before it does any damage to your boards.
That's what I was going to say. It's on when it's hitting the water, so it depends how far along before it cuts off, how much damage it does.
Yeah.
But Rodney was going to say something.
Sorry,
he was
mate.
say something he was going to.
I was just saying that I remember when that happened to Matt on that Mavic.
Oh, in the Pro crash.
Yeah, where he crashed into the river.
That's
Yeah, I did a video on it.
I have a Phantom 4 in the river, in the Hudson River, and that was because there was like something escalating behind me. There was two people arguing. They were about to fight or something. And you ever notice that the Phantoms, the older ones, when you're flying over water, they seem to dip, lose altitude. When you're flying low, they seem to dip.
I think it's because of the height sensor or whatever that would be.
I think the old way DJI engineered the old Phantoms, like the Phantom 4 before the Pro and the Advance, the engineering was a little off when you were on water. It wasn't really keeping level like it would on land for some reason.
It can't get a good depth reading over the water.
Right. It was something up with
So
that.
it's actually trying to get the depth of the water in there too, because it's not hitting the solid surface like land.
I noticed something was off. Man. I noticed something was off, but I kept looking back like, all right, let me bring this bird. But I was in the middle of a shot. I looked back and I was really low, but I didn't think I was going straight back. I wasn't messing with the lower and higher. And by the time I'm looking back, all of a sudden I just look and it just hit the water. I was too late. And that was it.
Matt, do you remember the guy that's always on Art Show, My PI Dream?
No.
He's from the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, the pool guy.
So he was doing a video a few months back for some little clubhouse or something for his Rotary Club. And he accidentally flew his Phantom 4 into those big 8-tower high tension lines. He was coming back, lost sight of it in the sun, hit them lines. And here's the crazy part. It didn't fry the drone. All it did was it literally took a chunk out of 2 of the propellers. And he was able to land it.
Wow.
Change out the propellers and good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually hit the wire, like the big cables on them things. Actually hit that.
The explosion happened outside of the unit. It didn't get into it.
Didn't get into it at all. It only affected the propeller and blew a chunk out of the propeller. Didn't mess up any internals, any boards, any cameras, nothing.
Well, it kind of makes sense because you won't. I mean, you can hang off those wires as long as you're not close to grounding onto anything else. You won't get electrocuted. And it's a little drone like that hitting a wire, you'd think it'd be fried, but it won't because it's not grounding anywhere. It's not doing anything.
True.
So that's why it didn't fry. But good to see you got it back up in the bloody air again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. setting up.
Yeah, he
and
said
trying-
that was a scary couple moments. He said because that was as it was coming back in, the drone's just doing wobbling and 'cause he's
Unstable.
missing, like a dime-sized chunk out of his propeller.
I'll tell you what, and you're right there, Kenny, and this is exactly what I've done too. The Spark you can take that thing down really low and you can just skim that shit over the water, man. It's fantastic for that. And to be
I've
quite
done that with the Pro as well.
Yeah, I have an issue with the Pro. You've got to set it up. You've got to set the Pro up before you're over the water, at that level, like on the bank or something like that, and then drive your drone forward. But as I said,
Actually, I set it up over the water, but what I did was I turned off my down
Water.
sensors.
Yeah.
So it didn't try to give me that depth thing.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that. But the Spark is incredible in situations where it's in ADI mode or vision. It behaves itself really well. Probably the best out of the bloody lot of them, to be honest. And that's just not because I'm having an affair with the Spark or anything like that. I really do love it.
I heard that thing is a tank. I don't have one.
They're fantastic, mate. I had mine. I've had mine in the air in the last few weeks. I've been buzzing it around because I haven't flown it for a while. So I did some battery maintenance on it, and I said, "Bugger it!" While I'm out there, get some footage. And I was chucking that footage into DaVinci.
Nice.
So sort of sharpen it up a little bit and all that sort of crap. And that'll be actually this week's video. Will be the Spark at Gumalara Waterfalls.
Nice.
Is that the
There
one
you
you
go.
had
I
on
was
last
trying to
week
get
too,
some
Matt?
drone footage here, but man, this weather's been crap.
Yes, Tim. It was. Yep.
It's done nothing but rain since I got here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I picked the worst weekend for a vacation.
Yeah, the weather's been whack over here as well.
I mean, I've got Driftwood Beach here, which is one of the places where they shot The Walking Dead. Beautiful beach, big things of driftwood that I could fly around. Yeah, it's just done nothing but rain.
It should break up, right? Have you been tracking the weather? It should be good.
Yeah, it's 90% chance of rain for the next 3 days I'm here.
Where you at, Mike?
I'm in Jekyll Island, Georgia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said that earlier.
Yep. So, and somebody had asked if the lighthouse was here. The lighthouse isn't on Jekyll Island. It's across on St. Simon's. So, but that's still close. But I don't even think I can hit that right now because there's a ship they're cutting up in the Sound. This ship rolled over on its side, and I got some shots of it before they set up the TFR, but now they have a huge TFR around it because they have the cutting rig over it and a bunch of cranes and stuff. So I don't even think I can get the lighthouse right now.
Wow. So they don't cut off the TFR when they're not working, or they just keep it up?
Because they have that cutting rig and all the cranes permanently set up, it's like this. It goes over top the ship with these big chains, and they take the chains and they move them back and forth, and it cuts the ship into pieces, and then they load the onto a barge and ship it out.
Damn, that would be great to capture. Too bad they got that TFR.
Oh yeah, it would be amazing to capture, but yeah, with that TFR, I'm not.
Yeah, no, do that. I was just going to show you this video quickly. This is the Spark, and this is the not that shot. I think it might be the next shot. No, maybe the next shot. My God, where are we? Here we go. Now that's the Spark over water. Man, I'm I'm skimming it, man.
Yeah, man.
And it just stays there. It doesn't drop, doesn't do anything. It's bloody fantastic. Anyway, that's the Spark.
Are they still updating that Bert? Like, do you still get updates every once in a while?
Well, I'll tell you something, mate. I don't update anything on my drones. I haven't updated a drone for, I can't remember the last time I did an update. Because at the moment, I never hook my drones up to anything. Let me stop sharing that. Here we go. It's working. There's nothing wrong with it. and I'm not touching it, because people who are updating and all this sort of thing, oh, I can't do this now, can't do that now. There was one for the Mavic 2 Pro not long ago that came out, and something was up with it. I could give a damn, really. You know, if it's working and it's not doing anything stupid, there's nothing wrong with it, I'm not updating it. So I can't even remember the bloody version I've got, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
They try to raise fear. You know, I hear a lot of drone pilots like, oh, you got to update, especially here in New York. You got a lot of issues, and supposedly you get better signals when you do these firmware updates and stuff like that. Over here, you got to be careful. You get that magnetic interference, you know, because there's so much going on. There's phone towers, there's this, there's that, and everybody's in the air, you know. And you were talking about losing control and going up and down and acting wacky. I still get that issue sometimes with my Phantom 4 Pro. Like, I have to make sure, I have to wait and make sure I get more than 10 satellites, you know. And even though I come up and sometimes there's so much going on because the city is so busy and everybody has some kind of things going on, you know, you get, and the buildings themselves bouncing the signals. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Over here, that is.
You do. You know, that's exactly right. In any sort of situational build-up situation, you've got to be careful. And that's where drones like the Mavic Air, the first one, have real issues. You know, I've been in the city with my mate with his Mavic Air. He sold it since because it was just a piece of garbage. It just disconnecting 20 meters in front of him, and the next minute, because I'm flying my Mavic Pro around the city, and all I hear is return to home coming from his drone every 2 bloody minutes because it's just disconnecting all the time. If I was him, I would have set his drone up, if disconnection, fly back to China, because that's where it belongs, because it's just crap. Get rid of it.
So now the Spark has a better connection?
I was flying the Pro there. And
no, I'm saying you were flying the Pro, but I'm saying in reference to the Spark, how do you feel about the connection on that? Is better than the Air?
Yes, because I did fly my Spark in the same area, and I was flying the Spark without an issue at all. It all depends on where you're flying that Air as to how good the connection is. I mean, you can fly that thing out in the bush and there'd be no problems whatsoever. But as soon as you start getting the Wi-Fi and all that sort of crap and interference, the air just doesn't know which one. You start playing NBC or some shit on it, because that's what it wants to pick up, and it just forgets about your controller. You know, it's crazy shit. But the Spark does a lot better. I'm not saying the Spark was fantastic there. But it was doing better than the Air was, you know. So I was quite happy with that.
I have the Air, and I know its limitations. When I purchased it, I already saw like 100,000 videos, you know. But it did come in handy when I was, you know, I go hiking with the family and stuff like that. Yeah. At the time when I purchased it, I had the Phantom Advance, I had the 4 Pro. You know, the Phantoms are so big. I'm not hiking with that. And sometimes we'll go last minute and we're just going to run. I just grab it, go. And like I said, I wouldn't go crazy with it because I already know it's going to lose signal. I wouldn't go on a mission like I would go with, you know, with the Phantoms at the time, you know.
Absolutely.
So it worked perfectly because I already knew not to venture out. I bought the Mavic, the Master Air Screw props. So it toned down that high-pitched noise a little bit.
Go do that.
And it worked fine. It worked fine, you know. And I still have it. I never sold it. I mean, you know, obviously I got the Air 2 now, but I still have it there. Like
well, I was going to buy one. I was going to buy an Air, but this day out with my mate just sealed the deal. I wasn't getting one because I like the camera. The camera on the Air was fantastic. It was a big upgrade to what I was flying camera wise. With the Spark and it was better than the Pro too. Not Pro 2, the Pro as well. The first Pro, so it was better than that. But anyway,
it had RAW. I like the RAW files on the photo, and that sold me on it. I was like, at least I could take pictures. My videos might be crap, but I could take video. But the video ended up being good. I used a 2.7 or whatever it was. I believe it has 4K, but it had 60, so I had to go back a little bit just to get more frames. If I remember correctly. It's been a while, but yeah, it ended up working out. I made some videos with it too. Yeah.
Oh, mate, more than capable. Absolutely, more than capable of getting some great stuff from the Air. That's for sure.
I never flown the Spark, and that's why I was saying that, since you were saying that the Air was giving you problems, maybe the Spark would be the better way, like for a running gun.
Well, you know what? Okay, you know what? If I was you, seriously, I wouldn't buy a Spark. I would go more the Mini 2.
Yeah. The Mini 2 is a beast.
Absolutely. You've got OcuSync, you've got 4K. That, and I've said it in the past, that Mini 2 now will replace the Spark. The Mini 1 won't replace the Spark because it was just shit. In my opinion.
Mini 2 is also nice and quiet. It's apparently a lot quieter than the Air 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then the Air 2. Right. Okay.
The Air 2 is so quiet. It's so quiet in comparison. Like I fly with guys with the Mavic 2 Pro, and it's a big difference. It's a big difference. And that's why I got curious, because I had such a great experience with the Master Air screw with the Air.
Yes.
I just purchased the Air 2, and all this controversy started with the vibration and, you know, just a lot of issues. People were complaining about those props. And like I did the review on them, and then I took them off. I haven't been flying with them at all. It's not worth it. It's already kind of quiet. I was curious because how quiet could you get? There's already a quieter drone. Out of all the Mavics, is the quietest one out right now.
Yeah.
Besides well, that's not a Mavic. The Mini's a Mini. But out of the Mavics, is the quietest by far.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, poor old Owl lost his Phantom with those Master Air screws on.
See, everything that came out recently, I guess the quality control wasn't there, you know, because the foldable props, Al took a big loss with that. And if you see in the comments of his little video, he made like a quick video about it. Other people were saying that their drone was shaking violently, and the little caps came off the little light things. And that's hard to pop off, you know?
Yeah.
And then the Mavic, the Air 2, you saw everybody had the vibration issue. What's his name? Russ had the issue. Also, Ray said drone. He had the issue. The drone, you set it on the table or something, it'll spin. That's poorly engineered. You know, you put the stock props, it just sits solid.
Yeah.
Mine were pretty solid, but just recently somebody put a comment in one of my videos saying that if I look at the video, it's moving slightly. And I don't know if I could give it to the drone, to the props, because that day it was really windy. That's why I didn't do a flight test on that one review. I was just checking for the vibration, and I had like a plastic table, really slick.
Slippery,
Yeah, so the drone didn't move, and it moved slightly. Like if you jump, he was telling me, if you jump frames, you see the drone actually moves, but it's very slight. You know, it wasn't in comparison to Russ. His drone just started, once he turned it on, it just started moving. You know, it started breakdancing by itself. You know what I mean? So it was a big difference. My props came out good, and you see Russ's video, they weren't even cut clean. You could see those imperfections in the props themselves. Like they were kind of rush cut, and they didn't even, like I said, quality control. Nobody reviewed the props before they packed them and started shipping them out. Mine were very clean cut. I took a very close-up picture of the blades. Everything looked clean, and my props would look fine. But this rabbit hole gets deeper, right? I did because of all the comments on Facebook, I made a part 2 video where I actually fly. Because how do you do a review without flying, you know? So I did a review of just flying around, and I did the decimal meter for the noise to see the noise level, how high it is comparison with the original. I bring the footage home, and I chop it up as quick as possible, and I throw it on. Fine. Then I do my usual. I started looking through the video for little clips that I can make for maybe Instagram or something like that. And guess what I see? A warning on the screen when I went up that I didn't notice. The video's already out, and I saw a warning about the propellers on my screen capture, because I did a screen capture with my phone at 70 feet.
And what was the warning?
What do I do? What do I do? Make another video? Let me see if I can pull up and read the thing. But yeah,
that was on the Air 2.
You know,
on the Mavic Air 2 at 70 feet. When I was making that video, which I noticed after I made the video, you know, because I'm chopping it up and everything, I started reviewing all the footage to see if I can make like a little, you know, a smaller video for Instagram. And I found a little clip, and I took a little screenshot of it. Yeah, I saw a warning on the screen.
See you, Steve. Take care, mate. Enjoy your pizza, mate. I'm guessing that's where he's going.
You know, I got some of those noise reduction ones that were supposedly really good rated from Amazon, and my drone started doing the vibration, and it was drifting. So after one little test flight, they came off.
All right, it says motor error, check propellers, and fly with caution.
Yeah, shit. No. Oh,
At 63 feet.
that's not nice. You don't want to see that.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh man, I already released the video. This rabbit hole, I'm not going to make another video. Like, what am I going to do now? Like, I just keep
Timbo.
making master air screw props. Like, let me see something. Matter of fact, let me see if I open up with a thing, and I'm going to send you the picture, Matt, through the StreamYard thing you
Yep.
sent me.
Cheers,
I'm going to
mate.
send you a picture so you can share it there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I saw this afterwards. So on DaVinci, I just did a screenshot and I saved it. And I said, now what do I do? Do I make another video and be like, look what I discovered?
I would. Shit,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
And that was the first time I took flight with the props, because I've been flying with them off, and I waited till I had time, because I didn't want to do a video on a windy day or crazy weather day. You know what I mean? Because it's not accurate, you know? You're like fighting the wind and you're trying to prove that the props are good.
Mm.
So I waited to the perfect day. It was like no wind. Everything kind of calmed down. The snow stopped. The sky opened up. I just sent it to you.
Yep, good job.
Does
Hey,
anybody
guys.
use Android?
Sorry,
Hey,
mate.
I'm gonna back out, guys. Y'all have a good evening, man. Matt, thanks for having me on.
Oh, good on you, mate. Good on you, Rodney.
Rodney,
Love
pleasure.
the shirt, man. Love the shirt. You need to get him to send me one.
Yeah. Oh, no, he won't. He's a tight bastard.
Is he? I heard that about him.
He's
All right,
been,
guys.
he's been
Everybody in
He's
the
been-
chat, you all have a good one. Peter,
already.
Captain Life Connection, Mike, Tim, y'all have a good one.
Take care.
All right, man.
See you, mate.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you've been wearing that Rodney Bell shirt for about 3 weeks in a row now.
No,
What's going on?
if you check last week's live stream, I had my old crappy one on with the hole here.
Wasn't
Does,
I enough to watch that one?
Does anybody use Android for their for flying their drone?
No, not me.
Apparently, Google Play Store no longer updates the DJI Go Fly app. You actually have to go to DJI's website now, download an APK file, and install the updates for the Go Fly app that way.
Wow.
See, I haven't updated my Go4 app again. Nothing's been updated. Nothing touches the internet with my gear. There we go. Motor error. Check proposal. Oh, God damn it. Did you? Oh, you didn't see it. So you just continued flying.
Yeah, you know what it was? I was kind of snow blind, because if you see, I was filming and it's snow everywhere. I found a park that was completely empty, and I couldn't really see it. And I was just, I just did the video, and when I went home, I edited. And like I said, when I went back to look at the extra footage, because I obviously didn't use this clip, I saw it and I was like, this thing is never ending with the master air screw, like I only wanted to make one video in the first place. I just wanted to show the vibration issue. I didn't want to go into the flying and the noise levels and everything, but all the comments on Facebook, they were hitting me like, oh, you need to do a little flight. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I was like, all right. So I made a part 2. So I'm going to make a part 3. It's going to be like a documentary. I'm going to have to sell it to Netflix.
That's right. I'll just say something to Gary here. Now, a PC user would know how to spell C. This is what happens with Apple. They're just not very bright, these boys. Anyway,
That's the Canadian spelling.
it is say. Oh dear, yeah, mate. I'll tell you, that's some scary shit when you start getting. I've had motor, what I call overspeeds or overloads or some shit like that. But that's generally from flying flat knackers back into with a headwind.
Yeah.
Or is it headwind or a tailwind? Because that thing's scooting. It might be a tailwind actually, where it's actually going as fast as shit, and I get the motor overload or overspeed or some shit. So I just sort of, better back that off a bit.
I've never seen that before. That warning. I've never seen that before.
No.
No. And the Mavic Air 2 is great.
Oh, Gary, he's on it. He's on the source tonight, is he? Bloody hell.
He'll be
That-
on the Cuban rum.
It's not the Canadian club. He's not very patriotic, is he? He should be on the Canadian club. That's what he should be on. Thanks for the tip. Oh, Bob's into it, is he? Oh, righto. Well, that's fantastic. Oh,
Tim Jackson.
Oh, Timbo. Actually, I didn't send him. Tim Jackson's up the Sunshine Coast. Tim. He's. Have you talked to him before?
Apparently.
Yeah, that's right.
In the chat window recently.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. So he's up that way. I was actually chatting to him yesterday in one of the live chats about catching up. I've got to get some time to do that because the Sunshine Coast have some fantastic places. You can just pop it up and have a bit of a fly around. The council up there are a pain in the ass. The Noosa Council because yeah, man. And this is like number one of the reasons I get up so early to do all my shots because I get them all done and dusted while all the Karens and all the anyone who wants to say anything to me just aren't up. So I get all the shots, all my shit, and I'm walking out when they're all rocking up going, oh, let's have a lovely day. So I'm done.
That's what I did at Heinz Dam actually the other day when I got a few shots over there. Same thing, first thing in the morning. It's also still water that time of day too, generally.
Beautiful.
Anyway. Yeah,
absolutely. Still water's fantastic for reflection and things like that. And I was extremely lucky once. I went into Lake Manchester down there at the back of Crosby or whatever the hell it is, because I just wanted to burn some batteries and go for a flight. And so I went up there, and I was extremely lucky that night that for that sunset there was absolutely zero wind, and the reflection of the clouds and the water. And oh mate. Sensational. You can't beat it. I'm kind of looking at the weather now. There's no a little bit of wind. But yeah, well, you Springwood, aren't you?
Yeah. If you guys ever want to get together, I'm definitely keen to go up the Sunshine Coast. I haven't been up north for ages, so yeah, I'd be in that for sure.
Okay. Well, I was actually going to go flying last week with Hyped Media. He's another Australian fella, and I had this bloke doing the fence or some shit out the back of my place, so I couldn't actually do it. So we didn't go flying. But it'd be good to catch up and have a bit of a fly. Ari from Remote Pilots Australia, he's having a little bit of hiatus at the moment. So I usually go flying with him. And my mate Tony just doesn't like drones anymore. So he's...
How does that happen?
Somebody retired?
Yeah, he did. He retired.
He retired his drone.
You retire from drones? Wow.
He
Didn't
did.
think that was possible.
I know. And he actually, and I think I said it last week. He's into these electric scooters now, and he's got this thing will do fucking 300 mile an hour. And who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? You're going to lose a bit of skin off your knee, aren't you?
You're going to do orbits in a scooter? I'm going to orbit this structure. I'll be right back, man.
Yeah. You're going to GoPro on his head.
Get a cinematic shot.
Yeah, so he was buying a scooter, and he even offered the bloke his Mavic 2 Pro as a swap. So that's how much out of drones he wants.
Wow.
So I said, you what? I just sort of started getting a bit of a tear here and a bit of dribble coming out of here because I couldn't believe what he was telling me.
Emotional overload.
What was the factor in the change of heart with the whole drone thing? You know what changed it?
I don't think he likes me anymore. Yeah, no, he I don't know. He's been in it for a couple of years. Now, he got into buying secondhand Mavic Pros. Now, this is a very, very lucrative market. And he was picking up Flymore packs for around about between $600 and $700 and $800 Australian. So, that's around about, I don't know, maybe $400 US. For Flymore packs for the first Mavic Pro. And these people, and a lot of people, they get their drones or it's a gift or something like that. They take them off and they go, oh shit, this is no, and they land it and they never fly it. Yeah. And they end up pissing them off. So he picks these things up for cheap. And what he does then is he sells the drone, one battery controller and a bag maybe, and he'll sell that for $750. People will go mental on that and they'll go Mavic Pro 750 and they'll grab it. And then he'll sell the batteries because they sell like hotcakes, the batteries and all the other shit that goes with it separately. So out of his $700 that he buys it for, he gets about $1,200 for the whole thing when he sells it. You know?
Yeah.
He's made quite a bit of money out of that. And he did that for a long time.
Well, he don't have to stop selling. He could just stop flying. He can make money.
I know.
He still hustle.
His attention's gone somewhere else now. So
Now he's selling used scooters.
yeah, he's doing a refurb.
He opened a scooter dealer, a used scooter dealer.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Well, Matt, I'm about to hop off, man. My internet here in the hotel is starting to get a little funky.
You're right, mate. It's all good.
All right, Mike.
All right, thanks for having me, y'all. I'll check up with all of y'all later.
Pleasure, Mike.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right, guys, you have a good one.
Have a great one, mate. Have a great one. Yeah. So anyway, and then there were 4.
Hold on, my internet's going bad. I gotta go, man. Sorry, man. I hate to do it to you. I gotta get the like little cutouts of waves. You know when you get static, like the old '80s TVs.
Pulling one of those static effects.
I gotta go.
Yeah, man. Actually, I'll just send that up here. There we go. There.
So, are you far from Tim Jackson? How far is that? Like
about an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's
About the
not
same
bad.
to me,
It's
yeah.
not
Not bad.
I'm actually closer to Matt, funny enough. He's just across near where I work.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I work at Darrow. He's at Red. I occasionally work at Red Bank, actually, at the Australia Post facility over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, very.
Have you
same
guys
area.
met up? Tim
No,
Jackson?
not yet.
No.
Only on
Wow.
Messenger.
Yeah. It's sort of like over the last couple of weeks where I've actually come across Tim's channel. So I've just watched a bit of his stuff and what have you. I think did you make a comment on someone recommended my channel to you?
Yeah, that was Sean, a mate of mine, and I ride with on the bikes. Yeah, he said check this guy out, and had a look at some of your videos, and then found this.
Yeah. And look where you are now, you poor bugger.
Yeah, look at me now on the panel.
Look at me now, Mum.
Look, Mom.
Oh, look who we got here. Night Train, how are ya?
Oh.
Welcome to the dark side, Tim.
And I train.
Hey. What's going
What's
on?
going on? I saw the numbers drop and I was like, oh, we can't have that. So
Yeah,
we in that.
Get a
You're
star.
gonna wreck it. I'm gonna go down to about 10 now. You watch.
Yeah. No, I'm not that bad off yet.
You're funny. You're funny.
How's it going,
funny.
Steve?
I'm
Peter?
good, man. Good seeing you, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been out and about chilling. I playing with I upgraded my printer this week to direct drive. So there's no longer this long Bowden tube that goes from my feed into my tip. So I've been like really tuning on my printer. So we went from a print like this, we went from a print like this to a print like this.
Oh, so what's the difference? Oh, the
So,
cheek.
at close up, there's a lot of difference.
It's like more detail, right?
It's the minute details, but
yeah.
they're both decent prints. Last night on my stream, everybody's like, I had somebody like, hey man, send me your fail print. I'm like, I'm not sending you a fail print, but I'll send you a print. So we finished off a print last night. I think I'm going to send them this one, and this one I'll give away to somebody else around here. And I got another one going though. We got some silk filament in today. So we got orange, yellow, and some more green silk. So this is a green silk right here, real shiny.
Yeah.
But we got orange, yellow, and some more green in. Some different company. The green I originally ordered and did this out of, I can't find anymore. So I'm searching for companies on Amazon that have silk filament. I found a couple more places with some green that hopefully they're good green.
I went into a Micro Center one time and I saw the 3D printers because I see you guys always talking about them, and I
Mhm.
sent pictures to Tim Jackson. Matter of fact, it was like they range so high. They go from a couple of thousand to a few hundred. Look at that.
So I built the enclosure, bought the plexiglass, and they're just like IKEA tables from Walmart, basically. And then expanded it all and built the enclosure. But I've done a bunch of mods to the printer, and like I said, I just put direct drive on. So, like TPU, like our camera mounts for quads, FPV and stuff, a lot of it uses TPU. And TPU is known to jam. So direct drive is supposed to be the way to avoid all the jamming and whatnot, because it's pretty much straight in filament into your tip. So I upgraded my printer to direct drive this week and see how it works. We're working on trying to tune some prints and play with it. And it's working.
You don't want to hear him. You don't want to hear him, Tim. Seriously.
Okay.
He's got
All
that.
right, thanks.
Tim's got,
I'll leave
Tim's
that
got,
one alone.
I see you did manage to get a printer together back there, Tim.
Yeah, we,
You haven't managed to run a print.
Go ahead, Tim.
It's getting together.
Right.
It's getting together, huh?
How many Yodas you got now, Tim?
Oh, none of them.
Got like an army of Yodas.
Army of
Straight up.
Ashtray.
He's like, I
Peter,
got none. And he opens the closet and they all fall out.
I got a sword.
His
Oh.
beer can tower is getting bigger than his printer tower.
You want to ask him the question, Peter? Ask him the question.
Oh,
What
Lord.
question?
How many toothpicks has he got?
Yeah, I knew that was going to. I knew it.
I got one right here.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you go. There's one.
How long did it take to print off?
How you
About
doing,
a
man?
week, I think. They're about a week, I think, for those.
I have printed some toothpick style type prints, but they're more for like marijuana presses and stuff like that.
Do you have like a shop? You sell all this stuff, or you just?
No, I just play around. I got into FPV like 4 years ago, and I realized quickly that by having a printer and learning how to print, I could save myself a bundle on like camera mounts and
Right.
and that. I'm like, so I got into printing. Now I just play around like, I mean, the handle I got here, I stole the print off of Thingiverse, but I just sent 3 of these over to Drone Bum.
Yeah, thanks for that profile.
He's got Rodney Bell cups, and they fit the Rodney Bell cup.
There you go.
I just sent him 3 of those over, things like that. Yeah, here and there. I don't charge like really anything. It's more like shipping and throw me a little bit or whatever, and it's all good.
I got 4 printers now.
Yeah,
Wow.
see, I got
4
one
already?
right now.
I remember when you purchased your first one. I remember when you were still making decisions on your
Well,
first
he
one.
won a printer too. So I mean,
Yeah, I
the
won
Marcel
that.
Off Access just won one the other night off of Creality's page.
I
So
won that one.
they're like, yeah, printers are going crazy.
Yeah.
I just bought the CR10V2. That's a big mother right there.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I find that picture I sent him.
Print some parts for like shop tools and shit, like gears. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's endless what you could do with them.
Oh,
yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I got pen holders, Baby Groot.
Oh,
Maybe.
cool.
I am Groot. I got a spinner.
I got SD card holders. Everybody needs an SD card holder and all that shit on your desk. Holds all them cards for you and whatnot,
That would go
printed-
crazy.
I got shelves up here. I got holders.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Peter. Gary makes toothpicks at his shop.
I got a lightsaber. It doesn't retract, but
You see,
this comes apart. So you got all the working parts for the lightsaber inside and shit, that kind of thing.
Where did Tim go? He left.
I was talking to Matt how I was surprised you guys live so close and you haven't met up yet.
Yeah, well, Matt drove past my house. That's
did.
about as close as he got.
He knew not to stop.
I laughed.
He's like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
I laughed and laughed as I went past his house.
I think he threw a beer can at my house.
Yeah,
Get a price on this one.
and just to piss him off, it was empty.
An empty one.
It was cheap beer too.
It was cheap. Yeah.
It was. When are you going flying again, Tim? Tim Divine, is it?
Devon.
Yeah, you're saying that right.
Cool.
Not planned yet. I'd say probably by next weekend. But if you guys are doing something, I'll be in that. Normally weekends good for me though. It's during the week, hopefully.
Yeah. So, what are you doing this afternoon, mate?
Let's do it.
He's getting his cases ready and everything.
Hit me an email up, Bob Casey. We can
Sorry, I
probably
can't make it.
come
I've got
out.
housework to do. Yeah, I'll be there, mate.
Maybe
man.
a little bit because I'm tuning this printer back in now that I got this new direct drive, but it shouldn't be long. Then I'll be happy to send some prints off. Usually some play around stuff, some fails that I don't trust, but they're just little ornament type things. So, but that handle, you got to be able to hold some weight and whatnot, you know. So
Could you print me a mount for this to stick it on top of the Mavic?
I'm sure
yeah.
there's mounts out there, dude. Thingiverse has got so much stuff out there, dude.
I
You
could
can
Yeah,
find
that's
this
probably
stuff
what they were
everywhere.
using on that video you're talking about. See how it's,
Which one is
little
that?
above it?
That's a Go
It's,
Pro 360R.
No, I think
like two.
that's the Insta 360, right?
And it's for 360.
It's a
That's the
360
X2?
one, X2,
Oh, that's the
X2,
one I'm
yeah.
looking at.
So it's got
I'm
the
looking
little,
at that one.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't
There's
read
so
up on
many.
it, yeah.
There's so many prints on Thingiverse. That's where I usually steal all my stuff. That's why I usually don't
Yeah.
charge anything because there's somebody else's prints. You know, really.
Yeah.
There's somebody else that's put the time and effort in. So I feel bad about taking their print and making money off it. They're kind of like, you know, it's a copyright kind of thing. You know, if I made something,
Yeah.
I'd want some rights for it. You know.
So what you do is
Yeah,
you get the it's
So
almost like a plan, like a layout plan or something.
yeah, it
you
just gives
put in
you
your
like the basic 3D STL file, and then you put it into your slicer, and your slicer will slice it for your print settings or whatever,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you just print it off.
I would probably go crazy. I'm gonna hold off on getting one of those. I'll be making
It's a whole hobby, Steve.
I'll
I'm
get
telling
kicked
you,
out.
dude.
That's enough.
It'll engulf you. You'll be sitting here going like staring at a printer for like hours.
My son will drop his pencil. I'll be like, I got a holder for that. Hold on. Give me like 24
Right.
hours. I have a holder for you, mate.
Dude, I did like soap dishes and bag clips.
Anyway, guys, I think I'll
I mean,
that now.
there's so many uses for 3D prints, dude.
Yeah, Pete.
Everything.
Peter.
Yep.
Thanks for popping in, mate. Thanks for
All right.
popping in. Always appreciate you whacking your noggin in.
All
And
right, all right.
you have yourself a good weekend, man.
Look forward to your one-liners, brother.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll catch you all later.
See you later. See you next time.
All right.
Peter, take care.
There's quite a history there, Tim, of Peter Carroll being on the live stream where he will say absolutely bugger all for an hour, and then he'll rip someone's head off with just one comment, right? And then he'll
Yeah.
shut up again.
He
for
was
another.
making me feel more comfortable about being quiet.
Yeah.
He's good with one-liners.
He got me with the toothpick line.
Yeah, he did. He was quiet for an hour, and Tim just got himself a new printer or some shit like that, and then he just said something about what did he say? Something about Tim won't come. He's too busy printing toothpicks, right?
Oh, he got me.
bloody hell.
I was
you
at
know-
I was at a meetup one time, and this guy came up with this 3D printer phone holder but he put like a magnet in it, and he could put it on his DJI, like the gimbal, the smartphone gimbal, and then
Thank you.
switch it and put it right onto his Mavic Air 2. You know what I'm saying? Like he made it like he could just switch to
Wow.
anything, and he could do it with his iPad as well.
I think that would be TPU though, filament, because I don't have no TPU.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, like how creative they get with it. But that was pretty cool because he could just go from his gimbal to his Mavic Air 2. He made like 2 attachments and it had just a magnet that they added to it.
Yeah.
I mean, creepy shit back in the day, man. That's like some hands, like a bowl type deal or whatever.
Creepy ashtray.
Yeah, I thought it was an ashtray. It might be a back scratcher too. Yeah.
It's like when your kids go to school and they come back with something. Oh, that's nice.
Somebody
there.
put
it on your wife's chair.
So this is just like an extruder for the extruder on the printer.
See, we would have so much Star Wars
filament feed.
Oh,
yeah, there's all kinds of shit you can print.
You haven't got a wrench. Okay, sorry, mate. My God. I'm usually right on.
TPU. That would be TPU, especially what Tim needs. That would be TPU. I only have PLA.
I got TPU, PLA, PLA Plus, ABS, PETG.
It's a whole science, huh? So
yeah,
like,
there's all
like
kinds
make
of different
for,
filaments, different
filament. You got to pick
temperature ratings, different like resistance ratings as far as impact resistance and stuff.
Yo, Chris is crazy.
Have you done that yet, Tim? You can
No.
put a battery in it. Put a battery in it, mate. You'll never leave the house.
He's still waiting on the scanner to come so he can get the life size. Lay back and scan it. All right, there you go, baby. Hook you up.
All right, Mike.
You can spend $20 and have one night with me, or you can spend $25 and have multiple nights with this.
You see what Sean said? Yeah, he can. I'll send him the STL right now.
Hey, Jackson. I won't say Tim because we've got 2 here. I'll just say Jackson or Roo Rider. That'll do. Roo Rider. Hey, you got to show Tim Devine your chair. You've got to, and don't say anything. And I just want to see if Tim can see anything in this chair.
I'll just put the screen on the iPad.
Come on, be nice. Be nice.
So, Chris, there's a scanner you can get. You can even connect it to your phone. It'll do like a scan of an
Come on,
object
Jacko.
and give you a 3D image of it so that you can
Stand up,
print it.
mate. Stand
I
up.
got so on.
Stand up.
I've got my fucking legs now too.
Have you haven't got pants on, have you? Here we go.
He's got shorts on.
Now, have a look at that, Tim, and tell me what that looks like to you. Look at the red outline.
Is it? I'm guessing car seat.
Yeah, the reds come back fully all the way. Chris.
What does it look like to
I'm
you?
just letting you know.
Car seat.
Well, it looks like no. Okay, I'll put it into your head then. We call it the dick chair.
He's the dictator. It was the dictator. Or maybe the dictator. I'm not sure.
Tim, sit down.
Tim's had that chair for about 6 months, and he's got nothing but shit for it.
Yeah, what's that little blanket you had over it?
There we go. Here we go.
I'm still looking for a full body condom.
Oh my goodness.
You still looking for a condom big
You
enough?
know, they do make them in different styles, Tim. Just letting you know, brother.
I bet you know all about that, there, Mike.
Oh my god.
Son of
There you go.
This chair
Gary knows all about it. The dick chair. Now that's New Zealand for that.
Everybody will remember me by my chair.
That's how the New Zealanders say deck chair.
Go sit out on my duck.
Dick sit on my duck chair. Hey, look at Chris Hope. Look at that. Chris is having a go at you, mate. Oh,
Even Chris is going on it.
It's ribbed for your pleasure.
Oh, damn it. My camera's going to cut out on me again.
Karma's a bitch there, Mike.
Uh, Here we go.
That wasn't my chair after all. Wait, no, it's Tim's. Yep.
Poor Tim.
Holy shit. Now, folks. Oh, hang on. Let me think. Now you watch. You have a look at how many people are watching this stream at the moment, right? Have a look at it. Right, there's the number there. I think I've got 16 or 17 where we're going there. Anyway, you watch the amount of people drop right off, and I'll probably go to one or two after I do this. Adrian Mateo.
Hey, there he is. Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up, Adrian?
How you doing, Adrian?
Dude,
I just got what I'm doing.
where's your microphone, mate?
Something's happening.
Oh, it's there.
Hey,
Okay.
there it is. There it is.
Beautiful, mate. How you been, Adrian? How's things, mate?
I'm doing all right, man. How's everybody doing?
We good.
Doing good. They're talking about my chair again, Adrian.
Yeah, his dick chair. Everyone loves that.
Yep.
Yeah, we all know about your dicky chair.
Hey, all the women love it.
Where's
We
your?
all
Where's
know
your?
about your dicky chair.
We have. What happened to your? You haven't put the. You haven't put that bloody wall hanging behind you yet, mate.
What wall hanging, man?
Well, the one in your dining room, the one we all love, the one we all miss.
Nah.
Only took a week to put my chair together.
Oh man, Adrian's internet's crappy tonight. Is anyone else using the internet there, mate?
Yes, it is.
It's worse than mine.
Are you uploading something?
No, I'm not. Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your picture's like one frame a minute.
Probably. I won't doubt it.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. One of these days. Are you going to look at Skylink? And is it Skylink?
Starlink.
Starlink. Skylink.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Matrix. Wasn't
Okay.
it?
I got a question. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? There's nobody else here.
Keep going.
What'd you say?
Adrian, man, how you doing, brother?
And
We
all
missed
the
that.
company available here.
Is the microphone too overpowering? I've done some adjustments so that the gain's down a little bit and the
Yeah, no, it's
volume's
not
adjusted.
working. No, it's
So
not working.
hopefully it's not like overpowering Adrian tonight.
Yeah, it is. But anyway.
I tried, man. I did make some adjustments. If you don't
Yeah,
believe me, you can go watch my live stream from last night that nobody showed up at. And
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
Matt was there. Yeah, Matt was there.
Yeah, I popped in. No, Adrian. I mean that's that new satellite bizzo. You'd be able to get that at your place, wouldn't you? But it's too
Well,
expensive.
hopefully,
Yeah.
so we can keep an internet connection. He can keep his video going instead of lagging out like it's doing now.
Yeah. No,
Are you talking about Elon Musk's? Is that the one that he's
Yeah.
launching all those
Yeah.
satellites for?
The Skynet or whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Skynet.
Skynet.
Skynet
It's gonna
reminds me
take
of the
over.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Well,
5G.
We are. You want to get as much flying as you can, boys, because sooner or later, you know, this will just knock everything out of the sky, and then it'll all be over, and we'll have Terminators everywhere.
Sooner or later.
Terminator drones. Yeah.
They said eventually we're going to be able to see them. There's going to be so many that you're not going to be able to see the sky the way we see it now. It's going to be just them flashing past because they're going to make a net over the whole thing. Those guys did a whole report about that whole thing. And they were saying how there's articles already coming out and predicting how the sky would look. And it'll look totally different with all these satellites just flashing through as the Earth spins and all that.
And they're going to have laser capability.
Well, then you got all these drones flying around with lights showing off that have to be like 3 miles range visibility.
But like Matt said, they would be able to control everything at that point.
Guys,
If you're getting GPS signal, you up in the sky, right? Like your signal's coming from up there. And if they're controlling that, they could just be like, all right, there's a drone here, there's a drone there. And you wouldn't be able to do anything outside of the whatever bubble they put you in at that point. I mean, that's way into the future, but you think about it, it'll be controlled airspace to the biggest degree that you could even imagine.
You know what? I reckon they've already started doing it, and they do it to people, so they blame the Master Screw Air.
Your mind is out of control. Well, the CEO of Master Air Screw will say that.
It's the prop noise. It's the prop noise doing all the interference.
Like they're messing with us. Don't believe the hype. So you're getting these warnings.
Yeah, that was shot down by laser. I can tell you that right now, Al. Wherever he is today, he must be at dinner again. Al, he's down at the restaurant.
I had a good conversation with Al about the whole situation because I purchased the foldable props for my Phantom 4 Pro when I purchased the Mavic Air 2 props. And the reason why I never put them on, I was completely turned off that it came with this kit that you had to take out the mount from your Phantom and put their mount and then put the props on there. Wow. And I was like, wait, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to take off the factory, the little connector.
Sounds like a whole lot of unbalancing to me.
Yeah. And I think that's what he had to do that. Obviously, he had the props on and whatever happened. But I'm glad I never touched it. The screw kit and everything is still in a sealed bag. Now, the reason why I was speaking to Al, me and him talked on a Zoom call, was because Master Air Screw seen the orders, I guess, and they sent me an email asking me how I felt about the props. And I was going to send them a link to the video review. But then I was like, maybe I could help Al by telling his story so they could see that we're all linked, even though he's in the West Coast, we're here, just to let them know that, listen, the word is going around, and maybe send them the pictures. And did you respond? Because Al was telling me they never responded to him, but they responded to YouTube comments, which pissed them off, obviously. Like you don't answer my emails. Now I'm going to tell you with the Mavic Air 2, the Air 2 props, I saw Russ's video and I already placed the order, but I didn't receive my props yet. So what I did was right after watching Russ's video of the whole vibration issue, I went right to the email and I put my purchase number information in there, like the purchase number, so they knew who they were talking to. And I explained to them that I saw a video and there was a vibration issue and the props didn't look clean cut. They looked there was a lot of imperfections. And I told them in the email, I'm willing to wait. I don't care. I'm not going to complain about waiting, but please don't send me props that are like have imperfections or anything like that.
Yeah, really.
Triple inspect them because it's a pain to be sending them back, but I worded it properly because I know how to do corporate documents and stuff like that. So I just wrote it right and I sent it to them. They didn't respond the way I thought they were going to respond. They responded with a generic, like, I guess, cookie cutter response that they had already set that basically said that they received a lot of orders and there was like, they were a little behind on the orders. They didn't mention anything about my concerns in the email I sent them. You understand?
Generic answer.
Yeah, they just sent like a quick reply that they already had ready for if anybody complains about anything. They probably read my email and they didn't want to confirm that or acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Like, because it might tie them in legally somewhere down the line. I don't know.
Exactly right.
Yeah, so they sent me this whole BS about and I could send you a screenshot of that too. But they sent me just that they had a lot of orders and with the whole pandemic, they're short staffed, whatever it was. Just nothing to do with what I sent them. So anyway, eventually I received them, and as you saw from the video, there was no vibration, and it flew well. But then I got that warning that I sent you. So they're not good, and it's a shame because I have friends that I fly with here in New York that have the Mavic, that Master Air Screws for the Mavic 2 Pro, and they rave about it. They have no issues with it. And I had it on the Mavic Air, the original Mavic Air, and I had no problems with it. And it's still on the original Air. I had no problems whatsoever. No warnings came up. It did take down that high pitched noise. It changed the tone.
It does, yeah.
So it's a shame because honestly, business wise, it is nearly impossible to get the confidence back in your customers when you mess up this big. And then you got major YouTubers in the industry like Ready Set Drone and Russ's 52 drones exposing it. You understand what I'm saying? So
exactly right. They're not small players within the YouTube droning community, and generally what they say goes. Well, it's a great review anyway because that gets the biggest audience, and if it's got a bad review, then that's reaching a huge amount of people in the community. And you're right. There's been no issues. Adrian's got a shitload of aftermarket props for his. Now he did a review on this live show of the Spark. With the master air screws, he had him put his air and all that. And you're right, it takes that pitch down just a little bit lower, so it takes that shit out of it. Angry bee crap.
The angry bees,
yeah. And they haven't seemed to have an issue because they were the go-to props for aftermarket props for your drone. They always have been.
They had the best reputation in the game when you were buying aftermarket for DJI. But like I said, when you go down that path, it's hard to get the customer back. Once you break that trust, it's so hard. Like it's just hard to do it, on a business standpoint. And it is what it is. Sometimes you cannot rush things. I don't know what really happened, what went wrong. But I know inspections need to be done. These drones are not cheap. A lot of people work very hard to be able to be in the hobby. And it's a shame if drones like what happened with Al, thing just fell out the sky like that.
You know what I reckon they've done? This is totally out of my head, is that they've got a template for, say, the Mavic 2 Pro, which haven't had any issues, and they've done a lot of testing for that template for the Mavic 2, and then they've released their props. If they're down on time, if they're down on people who are working there because of the COVID and all that sort of stuff, what they may have actually done was just change that template and used some sort of algorithm, whatever, to compensate for the extra weights and all that sort of thing for the for the Phantom, and actually not even tested it, but just increased their size by how much it should be or whatever, and there's been no testing on that whatsoever, and they've just released.
Just sent it out.
Yeah.
Well,
that's shit.
One guy in one of the Facebook comments, I posted the video on Facebook, and he was right. Like, nobody's testing more than DJI. Nobody has more engineers than DJI. So you just might as well stay with the stock props. Moving forward, like, I'm not throwing anything under the bus from the past. Like I said, the Mavic 2 Pro, rave reviews here in New York. I'm talking about real people that are not sponsored, that spend their own money. They have no problems. The Mavic Air, like you said, Mavic Air was a success story. And I guess the Spark, I never heard about the Spark, but like you're saying, it was good as well. But this Air 2 situation and the foldable props for the Phantom 4 Pro and Advanced and such, that was a disaster, man. That was a disaster. For those people, all you need is one or two people to agree with Al saying that their drone was shaking. Al, when me and Al talked behind the scenes, he was saying, put them on and just don't go up, but don't go too high. And I like my Phantom 4 Pro too much to even do that. I'm scared that it just might wobble and just crash right there a few inches from the ground and get messed up,
Well, you know what? I think at this point in time, the drones, I'll just talk DJI here, the drones that are being released are quite enough. In the past, the Air and the Spark were extremely noisy, and people were looking for something to replace those props to get a quieter sound out of their drones, which they did, and they worked. And as you said, it built that reputation of those drones and how it worked, and they were absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think an aftermarket prop for the modern drones that we're getting now isn't necessary, because they're not as annoying as they used to be. I mean, even the Mavic 2 Pro is a noisier drone. Well, yeah, okay, it is, but it's not obnoxiously loud. It's a lot quieter than the First Pro, although I do love the sound of the First Pro. It's got this whistle to it that's a Mavic Pro. You know, it's a good sound.
Right. It has its own signature sound.
It does. Although I did put the quiet props on the Mavic Pro, but they were from the Platinum, right? So it's the same drone basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the quiet props I put on the Pro, which caused its own set of problems. I had to change the gains within the settings of the Mavic Pro to stop the gimbal from vibrating, because there was something to do with the balancing and all sorts of stuff which stuffed that gimbal, and it was just you could hear it.
Wow.
So you changed the gains and the gimbal was steady again, so that wasn't an issue. But that just goes to show how much of a difference putting props on a drone can make to the drone's performance. You wouldn't think that, you know, you put another set of props on that were although they're different ESCs on the Platinum than what they are on the original Pro, but you wouldn't think that just changing more DJI props onto your drone would make a difference to what the drone was doing. You know?
Yeah,
it's crazy shit.
Yeah, no, everything makes a difference, and like you said, at this point, they're getting better at everything, right? So it's not even worth it adding aftermarket stuff. And then if you got the Care Refresh, and they know you have a different prop because they could tell by whatever the backlogs or whatever these guys know, the science behind everything. I don't know how that works, but they said that they would be able to know that the factory props weren't on. You beat, right. You know, so yeah, so it's not worth it. The Mavic Air 2 is quiet enough from the stock. And I was curious, but I'm not curious anymore. The curiosity and killing my cat. You know, so that's it. I will not purchase anything else from Master Air Screw moving forward. I'm done.
Yeah, not with it. You've got a couple of grand in the air, you know, that's sitting up there, and you want to be 100% on what that drone's capable of, and you don't any doubt in your mind about something that may go on. You know, it's just like driving an old car and you go, I'll just go for one more long trip without replacing that top radiator hose. You know, it's going to go bang. You know, you push your luck too many times, something's going to go bang. You know? But yeah.
Gary said he likes to hear it coming. The Mavic in the air, you can hear it coming. Either the drone is coming or the angry bees are coming after you. Something, either one.
It's one of
I mean, to kind of chime in about what you said, Stevie, I mean, I get it, you know. I don't even know. I understand. I won't put it this way. I don't even know what the fuck Master Esco was thinking when releasing the goddamn props that were not, you know what I mean, done correctly, I would say. You know, 51 drones was being nice, but just, you know what I mean, keeping it polite. If that was me, I thought it would look a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I mean, like Matt said, when I did my test about the Master Esco props on my Air 1 and the Spark, he automatically noticed the difference immediately. Yeah. You know what I mean? And those props look, when I mean they look slick, well, you probably know what I'm talking about. They look slick, brand new, smooth, edges done, you know what I mean? Gorgeous. I mean, I fucking love them. But this one for the Mavic Air 2, like you said, I'm not taking a chance. I mean, I love that drone. And like Matt said, I got a shit ton of different aftermarket BS for every single one of my drones. Props, you know what I mean? Props, shit, holders, battery chargers, you know what I mean? I mean, fucking clips. I got a ton of bullshit landing gear, all type of shit.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a problem with only one set of landing gear for the FIMI, which makes the fucking motor vibrate. And then the FIMI have this, you know, stuff where when it vibrates so much, it will make your drone, you know what I mean, land. It will force it to land. I don't give a fuck what you do. It's going down.
And this is That's the problem. That's the bloody problem with DJI, is it works, and we all want something that will work. And then when you're looking at other companies, yeah, like the Fimi and all sorts of shit and all those other ones, okay, they're okay, but they've got a lot of issues, man. And you're just talking to Adrian then, this thing just wants to land by itself. And as I said, when you're in the air, man, you want to be 100% on what it's doing. And unfortunately, at this point, although the Evo 2 is a very good contender, that's for sure, and I would still actually consider looking at one. But the DJI is the only one you can take off and just look at your screen and be 100%. Unless a bird's going to go crack on it, you know it's going to come home.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, talking about aftermarket parts, Herman, Phantom Flight, I believe it happened to him. He had one of those gimbal guards on the Phantom, you know, the one that protects the camera. Because sometimes you land and you're like not on a flat surface, it hits the camera. We know somebody that he cracked his lens like that. He landed, and it was a rock there. It was like just worse luck type situation. It just cracked the camera, whatever. So anyway, he had like a gimbal guard, and the drone wouldn't come down. It was picking up on the gimbal guard. He had to get on like a table, and he had to slide a table in the park and do all this stuff and reach out and pull the damn drone down. It was coming down and it hit a point that it stopped, and it was still like high up in the air. It was picking up on the gimbal guard.
Yeah,
the sensor was getting confused, and it thought it was on the ground already, or you know, he was fighting it. Man, you got to ask him about it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
if you grab those drones, they want to take off again.
Yeah, they start fighting you, like, get off me, man. Like, yeah, the aftermarket stuff, little by little, as the technology gets better, the aftermarket stuff is gonna have to go. All those companies are gonna get cut out because things are gonna complicate things. These engineers are working with what they have in front of them. You understand? Now, the only way you're gonna get something if DJI makes it themselves, or the manufacturer like Autel or something like that. They're little by little going to get cut out, except for the, like, you know, the lens things that change the ND filters and such. Those things are a given, but everything else that you're connecting on the outside and everything you changing. Even when you take the Part 107 here in the United States, they talk about the change of balance and stuff. If you do this and that, you know, you're not supposed to do those things. You know,
that's exactly right.
No,
but, you know, their whole reason for existence, in my opinion, for Master Airscrew was they wanted a quiet prop for these drones. And as I said, that reason now is null and void for me.
It's a sick concept if you think about it.
It's a shame something like $20 is going to kill a $2,500 drone. That's what's pissing me off.
I'm glad you brought up the price, Tim, because that's another thing somebody hit on the comments in my YouTube channel, the video. One guy had a terrible experience with the Mavic Air 2 prop, and they were trying to charge him. They told him pay for the shipping for a $20 prop. You know what I mean? So you're gonna spend $5 to send it back is only $20. Like, come on, like that makes no sense.
But see, Stevie, that's the reason why I love Amazon as much as I hate him. Sometimes I fucking love him because anytime I have a problem, I need to send something back. I look at it, even tell me, don't even send it back. Keep it. I will send you different one. We'll give you your money back.
Yeah, I messed up ordering the Master Air screws directly from them because they were out of stock in Amazon at the time. I messed up with that because I know exactly what you're talking about. And there's stores that have drop-offs. And if you go to these stores, sometimes they give you a 20% coupon from the store. So while they have you there, they make you shop. Like they give you a 20% coupon right there, like a Kohl's or whatever. And you're walking out of there with some new jeans at the same time, and you returned it like effortless. They don't ask no questions. No box needed.
I mean, think about it, Stevie. Anytime you go to the grocery store, you say you're only going to get one item. Bullshit. You come with a handful of bullshit. Yep. Am I right or am I making that up?
You know how many times, you know how you have to bring your own bag? Sometimes I'm like, oh, I just got to get one thing. I bring one bag and I'm juggling stuff when I'm leaving the fucking supermarket. I'm like, I got things hanging off my arms. I got the one bag full.
It's like anytime you go in, you say, I don't need a shopping cart. You come on, you be like fuck, I should have got a shopping cart.
Yeah.
You got
You
shit on your head.
pick
You
up the
balance
basket
your shit.
first and put it in the trolley in a minute. Hey, I'll tell you something too, Stevie. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Chris Hope, he had a solid set of props on his Phantom aftermarkets, and one of the wings came off the prop. See you later.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
No,
See,
you-
Master Air Screw had props for. They make props for other things as well. They have a good name in the industry. You know that, right? They don't just make DJI stuff. They have a really good name. But they ruined it. Getting back to that, they ruined it.
they have.
They
Let me
ruined
just
it.
I
say
remember
something.
talking to someone. I remember
Hey.
talking to someone on my stream. It basically, and I'm sorry, Rouse was 51 John was saying it's something about, I don't know, something like customer service have lost their touch to where they probably worry more about quantity instead of quality. You know, you gotta make sure the shit is done properly before you release it. I mean, Ross even went ahead and said when he played the video, I don't know if that's the same one you're seeing, but he said that at first he did not notice the vibration. He noticed that after. If
See,
you actually watch the video.
this is what I'm saying. If they haven't got, because of this COVID crap, if they haven't got the engineers on board or whatever, I think they've just changed the specs. They've up-spec'd accommodating for weights and all sorts of shit, printed them off, and gone with it. You know,
And quantity more than quality. Quantity more than quality.
See, that's how
Just-
you do a business. You cannot change things, man. Like if they weren't prepared, like Matt said, they should not jumped because you know I have an online business and all that, and I run another business, and you cannot once you break that trust, you're not gonna get it back. Period.
That's right.
You're not gonna get it back. You know, people are working too hard for their money, you know, to be dealing with it. And then on top of it, they don't really have to deal with it. Let's be honest. DJI is making great products. They don't have to deal with it. They don't have to spend the extra $20. That's a stretch, you know?
Sorry. I'm
I'd
just looking.
just like to add something here too on this prop subject. Here in Canada, all the manufacturers submit to Transport Canada to see if they're allowed their drones to be used for advanced operations. So as an advanced pilot, I can fly within 15 feet of people as long as I have all original equipment.
Look at
As
that.
soon as I switch to the Master Air Screw props, they're not approved by Transport Canada.
Yeah.
So now I'm not flying legally.
Right.
Now, isn't it with the Master Air Screws? You put that, your bird goes down. The what's the name? Care Refreshes.
Done.
New one.
From what I
No,
know.
boy.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about it a half hour ago. Jim, keep up, mate. Jeez.
Where were you? Where were you at?
Where were you?
I remember back
He was
in,
busy.
back in the day, back
I
in the
just-
day,
I just
I
took
was
a
driving a guy who was a vice president of Chrysler, and we're driving down the highway, and he sees this guy with the Barracuda all jacked up, right? And he says to me, he says, "You know, we spent $7 million developing this suspension for that car, and some jackass makes an accessory that thinks he's better than we are."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it hurts. It
That's
hurts.
what you're getting at with the Master Air Screw, right?
When an engineer sees that, it hurts. It
Oh
hurts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for everybody. Do everybody remember when the first Master Air Screw came out? When you actually had the little paper, you have to change the gains. Because remember when it started like overheating the motor, overworking the
Yeah.
motor, then it sent you like a little paper for you to adjust the gains. Then they came up with a second batch of the Master Air Screw for the Mavic Air 1 and the Spark. And the next thing you know, you don't have to change no gains or anything on it. So I'm not gonna say that I don't trust what they do, but before I buy something from them, I'm gonna let everybody else fuck their drone before I fuck mine up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that a lot of people are going to think twice. Like us, Adrian, we had great experience with those Master Air Screws, so I didn't think twice ordering for the Air 2, right?
Exactly.
I had a great experience. But now that all of this happened, all these trusted customers like ourselves are going to be like, you know what, I'm not going to even bother. And this is why they shot themselves in the foot.
Master Airscrew has been in the prop business for years. I mean, probably decades doing props for RC airplanes.
That's what I was saying. They're beyond what they were doing for DJI. They just hit our radar because of what we're in. You know, they've been around before.
Drones are a whole different animal.
Well, you know what? Exactly right. Well, this is exactly right, because if you were someone who wasn't really into drones and all that sort of shit, right, and someone gave you a drone for your birthday, right, the first thing you're going to be doing is not looking for aftermarket props, right? Number one, you're not even going to look at aftermarket shit for your drone. What you're dealing with here are people who are into drones, people who have the drones. It's a big community, and they're the ones that are going to be buying aftermarket shit, not the people who aren't interested in them. And this is the problem, because now that this reputation has come out with this fandom, you're dealing with the people who are actually going to buy them or who would potentially buy them.
Exactly.
And it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
And it doesn't matter how great they get, and they hire more engineers, and it doesn't matter, because, like I said, then the trust is not there. So they can make the greatest props for the next drone or the FPV drone that comes out. They can make whatever they want. Those sales are going to drop. They're going to drop because of this situation. And that's my whole point. And those props could be great, and they could make a difference, and they could be better. But nobody's going to find out because nobody's going to take a chance. Well, anybody within the circles. You know what I mean? Maybe some kid that's like, oh, look, those are blue, I'm going to order them. That doesn't know about the Air 2 situation, you know? But within the community, it's over. That's how I feel. Yeah. You know, I seen the comments on my video. I seen the comments on Al's video. And my video came out good because actually the vibration was gone. It flew good. Like I said, I saw the little pop-up after the fact. The noise level was lower. But I still, even in my video, I said I'm not going to fly. Once I finish this video, I'm putting on the factory props. You know, I'm flying, you know, you see where I fly. I climb mountains and then I fly down them and stuff like that. You know, I do, you know, I can't be, and I fly over water a lot, you know. I was one of those brave pilots that once I got my drone, I was already flying over water. Unfortunately, in New York, you have no other choice because once you start getting into the city, that's the only place you could play, really. So we over the Hudson, East River, and stuff like that.
Over water scares the shit out of me.
What's going on, Divine?
James?
It's always a thing that I think, and I used to think about it a lot, right? And the drone would be hovering there, and I'd be flying it up and down the beach and all this sort of shit. It's just a psychological thing that if it goes down, you know, you can go get your drone. Once it goes over water, that's the end of it. But what I had to get in my head when I first, especially, there was a waterfall, right? So as soon as you go over the edge, you're at like 300 feet above ground level. And what you got to think, and this is what I used to think about, is okay, so the drone's hovering there, you know, 4 foot off the ground. I got to get into my head that it's still gonna hover there if I take it out over the edge, you know.
Yeah, but it still scares the hell out of you.
Yeah, it's not going to play any differently out there. So you just got to push forward and off you go. And once you get that's being a new pilot, you know, a new drone pilot. I had to get. It's a thing of, I think, recovery, basically, of being able to get your drone back again. And then that's where the water and all that sort of shit comes into it. But it took a while for me to actually push it over the edge to get it over there. But once you're over there and you're just looking at your screen and you're getting your shots you want, you know, and your sort of mind goes away from that. But to actually do that was a big thing for me, you know, a couple of years ago.
Let me ask you something, Matt. When you're over water, how far above the water do you actually fly?
Well, it depends where I am and what
like the lowest and stuff. Have you seen that shot? He was showing a shot earlier. He was like a couple of inches from the water.
Yeah, that's what scares the shit out of me because I'm afraid that it's going to think that it needs to land and go on.
Well, you know what? That has happened to me. As I'm coming back down, all of a sudden I hear this dee. As soon as you hear that, push up, man.
Yeah, push up. It'll cancel it. It'll cancel it.
You all got bigger balls than I do for flying over water.
I personally had about a 10-meter buffer when I was doing that jet ski video, but I'm relatively new, and that was just a safety sort of buffer. I was more worried about going sideways into one of the boats out there too. So
that's the
when
thing.
you're a kilometer out, it's you can't.
That's crazy.
I love when the boat when they wave from the boat when you're doing maneuvers around.
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times. I like when I capture that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Throw it in the
always-
videos.
You got to
They
watch
got-
those sailboats. The sailboats are a bit of a worry because if you're going sideways, they got masts. You're going to hit it. You might be in the middle of the bloody ocean, and there'll be 30,000 square kilometers of clear airspace. You'll hit that freaking mast. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, and if you don't hit the mast, you hit the guys that are holding the mast up, right?
They got a jet ski. They got a jet ski run coming up soon. I think it's in a week or 2 weeks. My buddy said that he got a letter or whatever, email. But they're going to go down from your way, Matt, all the way to Cape York.
See, that's a good reason for you guys to finally meet up in person. What do you think? Go chase some jet skis.
It's a jet ski tour, whatever they're doing.
You know, I met up. You know, Tom that hangs out on those guys. I met up with him one time, and we were flying off the Hudson, and we got lucky. We had no idea. There was a sailboat thing going on, and all these sailboats come down the Hudson, real colorful ones with the logos, the brand name logos and stuff like that on it, and cool designs.
Yeah.
Man, we were whipping it, man. We were whipping it. We got so lucky. We didn't have no idea that was going to happen. We just met up just to kill some time, you know?
Yeah. Well, my buddy's taking his Maverick Pro.
Look at those waves.
He's taking his Maverick Pro with him, so he's going to catch some aerial of it.
There's an idea.
Naturally went to press the button there when I saw the video.
I like the way the camera's perspective. Like you don't have to get so low, but it looks low.
Yeah, but he looks low enough. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
And the
daring.
reflection of the buildings off the water, beautiful.
You know what you got to watch there, right? Is the size of those waves.
Right.
Because they change.
They change.
Yeah, they're not predictable.
When they crash and the water shoots up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the problem. If you can at all, sort of fly.
Stay away from the brake.
Yeah. But you know, this is the type of thing that you get, and especially when you're filming, right? There's things in nature which have emotion to them, like waves and things like that. And what you'll find, and this is what I found with a few things, you know, if you're following that movement with them, like this here, right?
Like you are there now, yeah.
So you follow that in there. You've got the water coming back, and you've got the water going in.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
Gives a nice effect. But that's the Mavic Pro. That's the first one. And at this height, it doesn't really play around too much. Don't worry, mate. When I was flying that, I wasn't even looking at my screen. I didn't give a shit if the shot was good. I was watching that drone.
That drone, exactly, man. I would be the same way. Holy, all right.
And this is weird, right? I'm up there at 120 there, right? So 400 feet. And you got a lot of noise with the waves and all this sort of shit. Now, this is the problem you can come across with when it comes to manned aircraft, right? Now, what they've got here, I'll just take that off. You've seen enough of that shit. What they've got here is shark spotting planes, and then there's Cessnas and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
they're supposed to fly. Yeah, I mean they can fly under 400. You know. Now I'm up there at 120, taking these shots. Oh yeah, thinking I'm safe from aircrafts and all sorts of shit. But you cannot hear that aircraft coming because of the wave. Way too noisy. You can't. Now I just finished these shots, and I'm just bringing it down, coming in, and next minute there's a freaking plane, and I'm looking at it. I'm going, "There's no way that's 400 feet."
Crazy.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell how high a big aircraft is like that, but it looked lower than 400, man.
I was flying Sunrise Beach. I was flying Sunrise Beach down here near Parisian, and I was flying pretty good, doing a pan shot, and then I saw a bunch of people walking this way, so I had to come back. And then when I was coming back, there was a helicopter coming the other way. I was like, I'm far out, man. I couldn't even get a damn video.
I'm going to tell you something. In New York, they have all the helicopter tours, of course, everybody flying around the buildings and getting those views. But some of these guys, they tip off the choppers, the pilots, and these choppers will fly at any height. And I'm going to tell you one time. Yeah. I mean, matter of fact, let's cut that story. I don't even want to say that on the air, but there was a chopper one time my friend was flying, and this chopper went so low. He was so it was so illegal. And the drone was like he just had to bring it back. He got like really close, but he wasn't even supposed to be at that height. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's dangerous sometimes. You know, it's in the city. And certain, well, if you're off in the Brooklyn, there's places in Jersey that you could kind of see the city better, and it's legal to take off and stuff. But you just got to be careful with these tours, because some of these guys, the pilots just break the laws. They get hit with a couple of $100 to show off with some fancy dude in the chopper, you know.
Yeah,
and you gotta be careful.
We got Energex helicopters over here that check the lines.
Yeah,
and around here and where I live, they're all over the place. And then I found out that Sunshine Coast Airport made a new route over my place.
Wow.
What you want to do, Tim, is check the VTC charts, right? And they're your visual charts there for your inbound and outbounds and fly routes and all sorts of shit.
Well, now I have to, yeah.
But Steve, what you have to be aware of, especially with low flying aircraft, is that we don't know on the ground what permissions that the pilots have actually applied for. And they can fly below their 500, which is to keep to. So seeing a low flying aircraft doesn't necessarily mean that he's breaking the law, because he may have permission to do that. But that makes it hard, very hard.
We see crop dusters here at 12 feet.
Oh yeah, those guys get low. And you know, when you leave the country too, you don't, like, I've been flying outside of United States and like Mexico and stuff like that, and you know, those times, you know, you just gotta use your common sense. That's right. Because there's no rules. You don't know how they do things in those countries and stuff like that, and
different.
And like even on the islands, when you go to the Caribbean islands, I've been to most of the islands off of the Florida coast. They just got to use your common sense. I remember I was flying around like a little tropical area in a mountain, and this chopper came out. Lucky thing I heard it, so I started to bring it back. But he just came around right where I was flying. He just came around the mountain real low. When everybody just got to use common sense. Like with the situation in the city, it was one of those tour helicopters, and they literally are like a bus route. They go the same route. You understand? They go the same route. But then sometimes you see that same tour chopper kind of do a dip and then do this fancy stuff and then cut around the Brooklyn Bridge. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's why we know maybe he got permission to do it. But it's kind of funny that you all in the same company and we see the traffic, you there all the time. We fly here all the time. And there's one guy who's all of a sudden he wants to be fancy, But it is what it is. You got to use common sense. And there's certain areas that I see situations like that happen and I don't even go back. It's not even worth it for me. Because if you see my videos, New York has plenty. You go to Westchester County and you have castles that people built that are still standing. We have plenty of stuff to fly. So I don't have to jam myself in the city all the time. Yeah. And if I do go to the city, I avoid, if I see a situation like that, I don't even go back. Maybe I'll go to hang out with the guys and catch up with them. And, there's many times I go to meetups and I don't even fly.
Yeah. No, it's the same when you're flying a drone. I mean, I've been in a situation where I was close to the airport, but I go see the airport manager and tell him I'm doing a real estate shoot and get the okay to fly. Somebody who didn't know would say, "Oh my God, he's too close to the airport." Well, they know where I am. They know they've given me clearance to 200 feet.
Yeah, 200. Yeah, I've seen that.
And it would be the same with the helicopter guy, right? Maybe he's on the radio. I have to go to the airport.
Yeah.
But when I do have to go to the airport, there's a $200 charge to fly close to the airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you're doing the job, you gotta put that in the contract since you know that already.
Yeah. Well, I'm not flying commercial anymore.
Right.
I'm too expensive.
Yeah, no, you got to keep it that way.
I would tell the guy, you're too close to the airport. I'm going to have to get permission. It's going to be an extra $200, and it's up to him. I mean, if he's got $1 million house to sell by the airport,
Yeah, but my understanding is people respect you more when you charge more.
Yeah.
So it's better to be expensive.
Yeah.
Because when you have these low prices, they kind of question your work in the first place. You know, they're like, "Oh, why is this guy only like $100 something?" You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to be expensive, especially out here in New York, because everything's. They see a big price, they be like, "Oh, this guy's got to be good," you know.
I paid for my Mavic Air in 5 flights.
I hear
Oh,
you.
really? You got your Mavic Air for $100?
No.
What?
You said,
Cheap, bro.
I had a flight and I charged the guy $500 because it was close to the airport, and he had another one nearby, and I said that one's only $350. Right? He had another commercial property that he wanted, and that was $300, and a couple more that I did, and in the 5 flights I paid for their drone. And then I said, well, that's it. Now and you know what? They're telling you what they want. They tell you that they want you to go back and do this again or do that. They're the expert, but to me, it's not a hobby. Now it becomes work. So I just no, won't do anything. I told them I won't fly anything for 500 for under 500.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And you'll get work, Gary. You'll get work because people need it. People need it.
I haven't had a commercial job in a year, so
yeah. No, I think they'll come around. It's a bad time for everybody right now, So I think when we come out of this people should keep that price and tack on a little more because people need aerial photography. They need, they need drones, and some people they won't get near it. They'll just get somebody to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's the old saying: quote your price without a quiver. Don't be nervous about the price.
Yeah.
If you say, "Oh, geez, yeah, but it's going to be $500. Is that okay?" No. You just say, "Look, it's $500."
Yeah. What's your time worth? What's your time worth?
Well, what's your time worth, and what's that bird worth? If you lose it, you got to buy another one, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay for it. Not going to be me.
Exactly. Exactly.
I've only got the one. I've flown the Mavic Air, and they're happy. They were happy with the footage. But they, oh no, get up higher, do this. I did one at 400 feet, and he goes, "Oh my God, how high was that?" And I said 400 feet. He goes, "Oh no, that's well over 1,000 feet." Yeah, but
camera perspective.
they have no clue.
I was watching.
The one job they were going to be building an apartment building, and he said, "I want to see the views from the 10th floor. So I want to see views at 130 feet." Okay, no problem. So I go back and I shoot it from 130 feet. Just do a pan, and that's what it looks like. You can take all the stills you want off that pan. Guy was thrilled.
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
I'll tell you what happened, and I watched it the other day. There was a video on there about a Mavic 2 Pro range test, right? Now, this bloke took off. He was in Greece or some shit. Beautiful area, my God. But he took off from this mountainside. As soon as he went over the edge, I don't know, it must have been 300 foot to the bottom easy. And then he continued to climb. So he was climbing. And he had his max, and I bought a Mavic Pro like this too. The guy had actually set his max height in meters and not feet. So he had his set to 400 meters instead of 400 feet or 120 meters. So he thought he was flying totally legal. He's fucking not. Anyway,
totally legal.
So God damn it! So this bloke was doing the same thing. He's doing his range test. So and he went straight up, right the way, but he went up to 500. Now the height limit for your Mavic 2 Pro is set at 500, so you can't go any higher than that anyway. From your takeoff, and he took his straight up to 500, and he flew over this thing. And as I said, he was at least 300 or 400 feet as soon as he went over the edge of this cliff. So he's already at his max flight height. Well, I don't know what the max height is over there in wherever he was flying, but just here, for instance, he's already gone to his max flight height, even at head height that he took off. As soon as he's over the edge, he's 400 feet above ground level because of the elevation, obviously. And then he continued to pump it up. So how high he ended up above ground level, but bloody hell. But he went about 8Ks or some shit. So, and then
Wow.
he turned. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is, but this goes to show, you know, with people with, as I said, I don't know his rules, but this one that I picked up, this Mavic Pro, set to 400. You know, he's well and truly flying above what he should be. And
That's a good video there, Tim.
Thanks.
Oh, that's his jet ski video. Yeah. That's great. If you can get the shots, you know, a mate of mine at work wants to do one with his jet ski out on one of the dams, and I said, "Shit, yeah, because something different, something a bit challenging to try and get this."
Yeah, we did have a plan to do a second one out at Somerset Dam, but get some more slow-mo and more like better video of the ski. He loves it and just wants to show it off, so that kind of helps.
Yeah.
The filming bit.
That's what I was going to say to you, actually, Tim, because I noticed you did slow down footage there, didn't you?
In the early video, oh yeah, actually when the water shot up from out the back of the ski and almost hit the drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want it, you've got to plan your slow-mo shots, and you've got to film it in I guess it's 120 that does the, or it's a bit higher with the Mavic Air now, isn't it? Your slow-mo?
Air 2 goes up to 240 frames per second.
Sweet. Yeah.
Slow motion mode, yeah.
Plan that shit, dude, because when you slow footage down, also I find with any editing software I get, it's freaking jerky. You know, it's not good, especially at 30 frames a second. 60, a little bit better, but anyway. Go out there in mind that you want to shoot some slow-mo and set everything up to do it. And it's a bit hard to envisage what it's going to look like because you're actually flying flat knackers, but in reality, it's going to be slow as shit. So take as long a shot as you can with your drone set up in slow-mo, and then when you go to edit it, you can pick your bits out that you want to actually be slow-mo, because bear in mind, it's going to take a bloody long time to watch all of that slow-mo.
Oh, yeah. You only need like a second, don't you, to then put into the video because it stretches out. But yeah, I'm going to try and do some ground level stuff with the iPhone too. My cousin has a boat with one of those 302 Windsor crazy engines in it, so we'll be on that, and we'll be on the jet ski. Should be a good day out.
Yeah, dude.
We should do a meetup at Somerset.
Yeah.
Somerset, absolutely. Great place to fly.
Good for riding too. At the rough bits of road, it's still all right.
Yeah. The Somerset a few times in the Wivenhoe and all that sort of shit. And they've got that little windy road that goes all the way up to, where is it, Kilcoy? It's got it's got some really nice spots. To have.
We just redid all the roads up there about 3 years ago, and there was about 2 landslides too going into the village.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, really? They've redone the windy section?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they redid it. Yeah, we did all the landslide stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we should meet up there one time. Meet up at the little cafe if it's still open. I don't know if it's open still. But
I know, but that sounds like a good idea. It's a great spot, beautiful spot. Even a bit further down, some other landing or something they call it. That's fantastic. Actually, that is if you look on my channel, no, it's not.
So hey, Tim Devine, while we have Grandma looking for his goddamn video, I just subbed. hey, Tim Devine, I just subbed to your channel, buddy. Listen, we have to let Grandma, Mr. Cinematic, put up his video. You know what I mean?
Fuck off.
I think my subscriber count went up 10% just from this meetup.
There you go.
It's a massive increase. Can you imagine?
It'd be a good meetup, man. I'll bring some pork chops and some snags, and we'll have a day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Tim, was your video featured on Ken Heron's channel or something?
No, I think so.
Because I don't know. I just checked and I'm already subscribed to you, and I think it was just in the last few days I must have seen you on another channel somewhere.
I did watch your tour of the workshop, so I might have commented on that. But also, I was on last week too, so.
Okay.
And nice tour of the workshop, by the way. That was cool.
Well, a
I
little
fully
different.
understand how the planing can remove stress. Like, definitely. Good on that.
Yeah. Now there was a link there, and you should probably check the link. It was for a guy that does he teaches wounded veterans woodworking, and I think he's actually had an Australian that he flew to Canada as part of his charity work. He works with wounded veterans on a thing he calls the Purple Heart Project, and he raises money through his tool sales and through his YouTube channel, whatever he can do, and he gets 36 wounded combat veterans a year and flies them to Canada and puts them through a 6-day woodworking course as therapy for PTSD or whatever it is that ails them. It's quiet woodworking, but
it is good therapy, isn't it? Like, you get in the zone and just music and just do it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. No, I find it soothing when something stresses me out. I go down and I just grab an old board and start hacking away at it and making it into something beautiful. I can't fly in the winter, so that's my entire winter. So.
Of course. That's all right. I feel sorry for the guys that ride sports bikes over there too, because they have to just put them away for the winter.
Yeah. Well, and I ride a motorcycle in the summer, and I pack my Mavic Air in its little bag in the saddlebag, and off I go, right? And I could stop with whatever. You look through different eyes when you've got a drone on your bike. You're looking for something to shoot, and the world is there in front of you, so it's kind of neat.
Yeah. I've got a ride video coming up soon too. So we actually got the drone going up as some bikes are coming down from Hines Dam. We actually went up on the dam, and that was when I first got almost I think the second flight. So I've only had a drone since Christmas. It was the first one, so just really loving it, and that's why I can't understand you talking about someone retiring from drones. Like,
how's that possible?
Well, I have to go out in May and learn how to fly every year. So,
can I just interrupt there for a second, Stevie? You have to go, mate.
Yeah, man, I have to go. And I appreciate the invite, and thank you, everyone on the panel. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks. Nice to meet you, mate. It was watching your stuff for a while, man, and thanks very much for popping on, man. Fantastic stuff.
Of course.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Stevie. Nice to meet you, bro.
Tim.
I'll see you later, Stevie. Take it easy, man.
Peace. Be good, guys.
Hey,
I'll see you.
See you around in the chats.
Yes, sir. Bye.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, mate.
Bloody nice bloke, Stevie, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a great guy. And a real supporter of all these live streams too.
Absolutely.
I see him everywhere.
He had a good point on one of his videos where he ended it off about people lagging people in within the industry. The more that brings attention to the industry, the more we suffer. So it's good to have private conversations with people who you think are doing a little bit of shit. And you say, mate, if you're going to do that crap, number one, don't do it. But if you do it, don't fucking post it.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff because you really don't.
Rick Kelly's joined us in the chat now too.
I see Ray Kelly there. I said, I didn't say good day to him. I just waved. He waved back. I saw him. But that picture I had up, this one here,
that was Somerset, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the Somerset, and it's a great little outcrop there, and there's lots of room and all that sort of crap. Now, I did that during the week. I was the only one there. It was bloody fantastic, and that's taken with the Spark. And great spot, nice and quiet, no one there. So that's what I go for when I go flying, is the less people the better. Because I just don't need that crap.
Somerset is nice. I mean, I thought they were going to start building more houses there too. I'm not sure. It looked like they were going to.
That's just a pergola, mate. It's not a house.
Yeah, it's on the point.
Steve Jackson, stop drinking so much.
Say again.
Nothing.
Stop
Okay,
drinking.
what
I'm going to tell Gary. Gary's half off his chops apparently because he's been drinking tonight. Is that correct, mate?
The Canadian drove. Yeah.
That would.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
It's empty now.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Into the Cuban rum.
Jim.
Now that's another thing. That's another thing about hand tool woodworking. You don't lop your fingers off when you only got hand tools.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy shit. I'll stop sharing that. There we go.
Yeah, but if we can set that up, Matt, that would be pretty cool. We'll all meet at Somerset. And
Somerset.
What was the plan this afternoon, Matt?
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
What was the plan this afternoon?
Charged. I might. I was going to get in contact with bloody Hype Media, but he hasn't popped on today. I'm thinking of whipping out to bloody Mount Mitchell.
Mitchell. Let me Google it.
It's not far away. It's not far away. 4 wheels on the road. Awesome, man. How are ya? Thanks for popping in.
Have you been out to Mount Me? Have you flown that at all?
And I haven't flown Mountain Me or Kenilworth or anything like that.
I've ridden it a lot, but
yeah, I've driven me Forby. I used to go Forby, and they're quite a lot up that way.
Out by Dayboro.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a dam up there too, so that's a good thing. You can take some dam photos. But actually, to fly Mount Me or Kenilworth or anything like that, okay, I think it might be a bit boring because you got a shitload of trees. Just looking at trees.
Yeah, Kenilworth especially.
Yeah. So unless it's got something like the dam or something like that, if you go that far.
I want to fly the Amamore site where the muster is. I want to fly that.
Right. Yeah. 4 wheels on the road. Oh, that's fantastic, mate. Good on you.
Hey, Tim, there's a ride day video on my channel somewhere, and that was Mount Me heading up and down through the hot mix with all the bikes. Really rubbish video, though. That was back with the GoPro 5 on the front of the bike, so it's a lot of vibration. You'll see how far I've come since.
It doesn't matter.
The next one.
It doesn't matter if it's a crappy video, mate, because they get the most views. The more effort you put into a video, the less views you get. We've fucking worked that out.
Right. Take that tip on board, mate.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Blind Neil. Blind Neil in the chat. He's not here today, but he put out a video. It went for, I don't know, bloody 30 or 40 seconds. It was a vertical video of a crappy supermarket pizza, pepperoni pizza, and he just panned around it, didn't say anything, just panned around it, overnight. 10,000 views.
10,000.
Yep. 10K.
Well, that video that I posted yesterday, the shop tour video, I was going on at noon. I went downstairs at 11 o'clock, taped the thing, edited it, had it out by before noon so that I could post it as an intro to my live stream.
Yeah, right.
And that thing got more views than my last drone video.
Unbelievable.
In 24 hours.
You know what? A funny thing though, right? When drones first came out, obviously it was a novelty to everybody. And check out this views, and he's not even in a helicopter. Oh my God, look at this. Fantastic, beautiful. Oh my God, that's so new. And it's just kind of like this. Oh, everyone's seen drone video. So
I'm going to take a video of me walking up my driveway and see how many videos that gets.
Mate, pull those shorts up though. You want to see more of those legs, sexy bastard.
I'll do it in the neck. See how many views I get.
Holy shit! It looked like Cat Weasel walking away from you. Remember Cat Weasel? I don't know if you do. Probably didn't get it over there, but anyway.
Oh man, I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for having me, Matt. I just wanted to come in and talk about my experience with not having Master Air Screw.
Yeah, dude.
and not being interested just because of the situation we have here. Not being able to fly it closer to people just because I'd have the Master Air Screw. No, not worth it for me.
No.
So
No.
Anyway,
good on you, Gary.
thanks for having me.
See you, Gary.
Just a reminder to everybody: do something kind. Times are tough, and if you can do a kindness for somebody.
Well, I did something kind today. I let you on. So there you go.
Thank you so much for the invite, and we'll see you again next Friday.
I'll see you later.
Okay, bye now.
See you, mate. Nice location, by the way, Gary. Yeah, anyway.
That was harsh.
Hey, Tim, I'm talking to Tim Devine here. When we don't like someone's video, right? What our little code, right, is and just write a nice location, right? Because you took crap video of it. It looks like shit, but it's a nice location, right? So
nicer before you got there.
It was. So after that little revelation about a month ago, when that's what we came up with, you should see the comments
Did
now.
anyone say nice location about one of my videos?
I think I might have kept that in.
You have a nice location too, Matt. There he goes, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was just something, and you put the videos out, later over the next week. It still comes up now, and all the comments was people just saying nice location, nice location. Good shit. Shit. What else is in the private chat here?
I was looking at it too.
Oh, who did that? What?
Oh, that's one.
Oh, Gary. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, might call this one, guys. I'm going to. Did you look at Mount Mitchell, mate?
I did. New South Wales?
No.
Is that the right one?
No,
okay.
It's West Brisbane, I think. West of Brisbane.
It's only like an hour from my place. It's not far. Nice location, love.
Yeah. I'll connect with you on Messenger anyway. I'll drop my phone number in there and we'll. Yeah.
Oh, that's
send
great.
a message to the missus to see what she's doing. So we've got one car, so I'll probably take that rather than the bike.
Yeah. Oh, you're interested in a trip out there today, are you?
Oh, if you're going, yeah. I mean, I've got nothing on this other except for housework, so anything to get out of it.
Well, you say, oh, Matt's having problems with his drones. I've got to go see him. Oh,
That'll work.
yeah. Got to help a mate out. What do you
think?
think?
You think Ari
do a
will be
good
up
deed.
for that Somerset meetup? Think Ari would be?
Maybe.
Hey, Matt, where's Jim? Have you
I
seen
have
him?
no idea, mate. I have no idea. I tried to ring him earlier, but he didn't pop in. He didn't answer. So, whatever. People have got stuff to do, mate. You know how it is. So.
That sounds great, Ray Kelly. Hey, man, I hope that it's going to be a good time out there, man. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I wish I could come over for that. That'd be bloody awesome. Catch up. It would have been. It would have been good. No. You're
Damn
right.
it, talk, Matt. Are you going to say something or what?
What the hell? Will you stop interrupting me, you rude prick?
He's doing it again. Go ahead.
Damn wanker.
You
Talk.
rude. You're a
For
rude
fuck's
bastard.
sake, say something.
You're a rude bastard. You are nothing but.
You damn fuckhead. Say something.
You know what? Hey, Tim. He watches Australia Road Truckers, right? Right. So
I love it. I love it.
So what he does is he comes into the live every week and he comes up with a new saying, and it happens to be Australian. And months ago he came up with this thing and he called me a wanker, right? And I looked at him and I said, "Where did you hear that from?" Because they don't say that sort of shit over there. And he said, "I've been watching Australia's Truckers or whatever." And I said, "That'd be right." And now he's coming up with all sorts of shit.
They'd be going to work off on each other.
Oh, look, Gary's just commented. Stingray Ariel has just commented on my video, and guess what he said? Guess what he said?
Nice location.
He
Location.
did. He did. On you, Gary.
He would do that. He's a nut.
Yeah, son bitch. I'll
yeah,
try
Sean,
that.
you gotta get over here, man. When it's open up, Sean, you gotta get over here. Be good.
Yeah, that's right. He did too. Look at this. Adrian had night train syndrome.
Hey, I mean, I guess obviously I'm the only one with the better mic until Mike comes in. Then he gonna take over the whole goddamn show.
Ooh.
He does. He has a, you know what? No, it's actually no. I think he's might.
So like I was saying, Tim Jackson, how's your day going, man? They going
Pretty
great.
good, bud. How are you? How are you?
Hey, Tim Divine, you all right, man?
I'm good, thanks, Adrian.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Everybody in the chat: Ray Kelly, Gary, Rhodes, Stingray Ariel, HFPB. How everybody doing, man? Everybody doing good?
AKA Adrian Dickhead.
Look at you, fuckhead. I'm talking. Let me finish.
Damn.
Now, Mum, so what do you think of Adrian's potty mouth, Mother? Unbelievable.
Telling you.
You said that Adrian seems such a nice bloke, and I said, no, he's not. He's an asshole. She goes, he seems so
That's
nice.
Mr. Asshole for you, sir.
No, after all the estrogen pills you take, it'd be bloody Mrs. Asshole.
No, I already quit that because it was making me a little funny. I quit.
Yeah. I noticed you were lactating on one of the live shows, which wasn't cool, dude.
What is Peter Carroll talking about? What are you talking about, Peter Carroll?
Good to see Adrian totally ignored this.
He retracted the message. Where is it?
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, he did.
I don't know that. What did he write?
What did I miss, Peter Carroll?
It would be good, Ray. That would be awesome to come to the meetup.
Oh, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just? Yeah, that'd be funny as shit. Look, you know what? Last year I was supposed to be there in August for Sturgis with with Ron and Jim. Actually, Jim, he didn't make it anyway. But I was really looking forward to that. And Ron's got some great spots to take me through South Dakota and all that sort of crap.
Yeah.
Because the only parts of South Dakota I've seen haven't been very mountainous. I was right down there by Des Moines and all that sort of shit. It was pretty flat. But he's got these mountains and shit. Man, I would have gone fucking crazy flying in that place.
That would be nice.
God. Fucking clouds have come over. Tim.
Yeah, they came over here too. Yep. They're coming in.
I tell you what, as soon as I charge 6 batteries, fucking clouds.
Yeah, I've got 3 ready to go too. So
it's a chemical reaction. I swear to God, it's like washing your car.
Yeah, it's bad now.
I can smell it.
How did I get let in? No criminal record, no federal record.
That's of course all changed since then.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah, crazy shit. One bit. We're going to see it after the show.
I don't know if that'll work in the camera.
Shit.
There you go, Matt. That towards Mount Mitchell, I think.
Righto.
It's all pushing up. Pushing up.
You got to be shit.
They did not check very good. Yeah, they did. Good to see Adrian totally ignored watching the video I recommended on how to use his mic properly.
Wind speed, Mount Mitchell.
No, Peter Carroll, I did not ignore it. I've been busy, sir.
I'll be all right. That's
I have to deal with.
Saturday cloudy.
Out west, Matt.
Sorry?
Rain is further out west. But
What is?
the rain currently further out west.
Yeah, it's got as a forecast tomorrow out there is raining in that area.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, that sucks nuts. Yeah, sorry. No, I saw it now. Well, it popped straight up, Gary. I was hoping you were going to see that after the show. Oh, well, I'm glad you hated it.
That's bad.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
Oh, it's funny. Oh, you got to have a laugh, mate. You know, and there's lots to laugh at in this world. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, believe me, I know. Uh-huh.
I mean, look at Tim's face.
Exactly.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. I don't know what the heck is going on, but for some reason, my daughter loves you, man. I don't know. Like anytime I come on your show, she said, "Matt, where's Matt? I want to talk to Matt."
Hey,
And
Dad.
She's like,
How you going, sweetie?
Hey,
Always love catching up with you. How you been?
Good.
Oh, that's fantastic. You giving your dad hell?
Am I?
every day, yeah.
every day.
It's only going to get worse, Adrian. You know that.
I don't want her to grow anymore.
No, that's right. Yeah, it gets to a point where you stay at, you know, 10 or 11 is a great age.
Well,
11
right,
is-
she's 11 now, but when she get to, you know, the other up above, you know, you already know that I have plenty of guns, so I got him hitting on all different places. And I tell you what, I'm gonna end up, you know, effing somebody up pretty good for my daughter.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Geez, you know what? I'd hate to be the boyfriend, the first boyfriend to ever come around and come see Dad.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Hey, who did that? Who did that?
That was me.
Okay, you could go, baby. Go.
Bye, Matt.
See you, darling. Take care.
Hey, man, like you
Yeah.
said, you hate to be that first boyfriend. I'm gonna sit that son of a bitch down, and he gonna have to come through me first before he get close to that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear you.
And listen, I mean that literally. I'm a jealous son of a bitch when it comes to my female.
So you want to? Let me get this straight for 1 second. You want another bloke to come through you first?
No. Let me put it this way. Hey, listen. If he wants to kiss my daughter, he gotta kiss me first. Yeah. If he wants to kiss my daughter, I gotta find if he's a good kisser or not. Cause I'm gonna fuck him up.
He's gotta come through you.
That's too much estrogen, boys. Too much estrogen.
I'm saying.
Oh dear. Sorry, it was just a question, Adrian. You know what my question is,
No,
right?
no, listen, I'll tell you what. If he ever try to do anything funny, he wanna play around. We're gonna have to play a sword fight first. Cause I'm gonna have to find if he good or not. I'm just saying.
Oh my
No
god.
homo. No homo.
You gonna ask for a reach around too?
It's not gay. It's not gay. It's just experimenting.
Exactly. Hey, Tim. Hey, just a little sword fight. You know what I mean? A little sword fight. That's all it is.
There's a difference, though, Adrian. It's usually just the peak streams. It's just usually the peak streams that have the sword fight, brother. You don't want to go too close.
Oh, y'all are killing me. Oh my god.
Here we go. He's going to put his pants on now.
See, the thing is that you guys sometimes, I don't know if you take me serious or not,
No.
but everywhere I am, I always got one close to me. Every house, every time, everywhere.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else close to you. Never mind.
Yeah. I know. It's probably good that I wasn't in the same room with Adrian after I said that. Because I'm kind of guessing I might have had a cap popped in my lily white ass.
You know what I mean? Literally.
Far out, man.
Like, hey, listen, my mother said the same thing. She like, I feel sorry for the first boyfriend that's gonna come to the house because I'm sure you're gonna give him hell. I said, you goddamn right I am, Mom. I'm telling you, if he even try to, you're gonna have to kiss me first, boy. Come on, let's find out how it is. Come here. kiss me first, and I'll let her know how it was, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Now, what happens if he is a good kisser? Is he going to get past you, or would you want some more?
Hey, look.
Then there's second base,
You know
third
what?
base.
Hey, I don't know.
I haven't made my mind up yet. Do it again.
I don't know. You never know.
Oh, you're a crack up, Adrian. I swear to God.
All right, Ray Kelly. I'll see you later. I mean, it seems like Ray Kelly always going fishing every freaking day. You're having a good time, aren't you, Ray Kelly? Good Lord.
See you, Ray.
See you, mate.
That is just, oh my God. Woo, hello.
I mean, hey, how you doing, my condiv? Think about it. I'm Tim Jackson. Man, somebody got to do it. Like if she, when it's time to go to the movies, you know the boys only want to take the girls to the movies, right? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not into kissing another man. I'm sorry.
Listen, let me finish. Hold on. She gonna be right here. I'm gonna be in the middle. He gonna be right here. Anything you tell me, I tell her. I'm gonna be in the middle. So if you want a kiss, okay, baby, go. He's saying your kiss. There you go.
It's not past the parcel, Adrian.
It doesn't matter because by then, you know what I mean. COVID gonna be taken care of. It ain't gonna be no more COVID no more. So we'll be all right.
It's a little bit on the wrong side there, Adrian. I'm sorry.
Hey, Tim. Question: how many times did you go on a date with a girl and you went like, oh, and try to get a little, you know what I mean? Hug.
Yeah, but I never kissed her dad.
We all do that. We all do the whole trick.
I don't think
I
anyone
never
else does.
kissed her dad.
Well, I had. I did the whole, hug. I mean,
God said you kissed Adrian.
Did you just say you did kiss someone's dad?
Look at you, son of a bitch. It was a lady, goddamn it.
Oh, now he changed his mind. Just like I didn't eat that sandwich with the spoon. Yeah.
And I was not on that toilet. That was not me.
Hey, Tim DeMont, he was on the toilet. He took the camera on the toilet with him. He was doing a crap while he was on the live stream. Number one. Number two. Yeah, right. Now, number two. That was a number two. This is the number one. He put the camera on the system where the water is, and he stands there and does a piss. All right, doesn't mute it. He starts doing a piss on the live show.
Hey man, life goes on. I mean, when Mother Nature knock on your door, you gotta answer it.
Yeah, a lot of people leave the camera out where Mother Nature isn't, so you can go visit Mother Nature.
Normally people do that by accident, don't they?
Yeah, no, there's no accidents here, mate. And then one night when he was on the Adrian Mateo cooking show one night we had on, he decided to eat a sandwich with a freaking spoon. I'd never seen that in my life. So he goes, I didn't eat it with the freaking spoon because we were paying him out about it. So I went back to the replay and there he is with a spoon with a bloody sandwich. Never seen it.
I remember the night that he came out and just whacked his gun real quick. He came out with his gun. Took his gun out.
The pizza had rocked up, so he pulls his piece out to go see if it was the pizza man. What? Yeah. I think you're a little bit touched somewhere. Fucking what this man. And it's not a pink cup.
Then Ron went ahead and told the pizza guy, to go. He turned the pizza away, then he had to tell the pizza man to come back.
Yeah, for the first time ever, Tim. Ron Lockwood. I don't know if you're aware, know who Ron is. But he's in South Dakota. For 2 weeks, me and Chris Hope were planning this bloody thing, and I was asking Ron all sorts of questions about pizzas and all sorts of crap, just in general conversation. Anyway, so Chris Hope orders him a pizza. Now, for the first time ever, Ron comes onto the live show and he's got a fucking pizza in his hand. And I said, "Oh, well, I just get pizza." And I just messaged Chris. I said, "He ordered pizza for dinner, right?" Because Chris was going to order a pizza and get it delivered to him. So anyway, he'd got a pizza in by himself and he'd eaten this pizza up. Chris had already ordered this pizza. So an hour or so later, the pizza rocks up at the door. Which Chris Hope had paid for, And
Yeah,
Ron's at
that
the front door, turns him away. Says, no, I ordered that an hour ago.
That
Then
was
Chris
so-
from Texas had to ring the pizza joint back up to get the driver to come back out to Ron's joint. And he goes, no, I've got to tip him twice. And then he finally got the pizza delivered. That was hilarious. What a night.
I'm trying to find that video.
It says Ron gets a surprise pizza delivery. I have actually named that one. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, I got it.
That's got like 340 freaking views on a live show, for God's sake. What's going on?
It was the funniest thing ever, man.
There he is. What's the time? Oh, I better nick off, fellas. Put the nick off. I better go get this stuff together. Now, did you send me a message? No. Do you want to go for a hack, Tim, or not, mate?
Yeah, I can do that, Savo. Yeah, why not? You been there before?
No, I haven't. No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Sounds
Best viewed from the top, but I don't think I'll be climbing up there. But the elevation of the land, which I've checked on the topographic charts, is okay because we can follow the lay of the land. So you're going to keep your 120 AGL, so there won't be an issue there. Yeah, which means
Sounds good.
Get a video.
Might get wet, but yeah.
You reckon it's going to rain?
I don't know. It looks like it. But, oh, that's cool. If it does, it doesn't matter. As long as the drone doesn't get.
I'm gonna have to look at this radar. Yeah, send us. I'll send you my money. Money.
Yeah. Just use my email address for PayPal. It's all good.
PayPal. Yeah.
Send as much as you want. I was talking about giving before, right? Yeah, just send your money to people. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. What was you going to say, Adrian?
Hey, by the way, Tim, I subbed to your channel. I'm going to check out your videos in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Cheers, mate.
Hey, Tim, don't.
A couple more
don't-
coming soon, too.
So like I said, Tim, please listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to the bullshit that Matt is about. Ponytail about to tell you. Ponytail talk a lot of shit.
Okay, so this is what I can mute him. So I just did, and I'll do it again.
So like I said,
don't rely on him.
like I said,
He said he had 100% participation on my channel, and it just didn't happen. It just not happen. Look,
don't listen to him. It's bullshit.
no.
Don't listen to him. It's bullshit.
Off. Fuck
Matt
off.
just talk a lot of it's bullshit. I'm just saying.
So here's listen to this, Tim. I'll ask him, what was my last video, Adrian, with your 100% participation? Don't even look my channel up. Just tell me.
I don't remember the last one I watched.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. 100%.
That does not mean I'm not 100%. I'm here, ain't I?
Oh, you are.
Participation. 100%.
This is participation.
It
Yes.
is participation. It is participation.
Okay, so see how that worked, Tim? That's the cycle of life. You know what I mean? That's the cycle of life, buddy.
It's funny as all shit.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna be at Rodney's in the morning, Matt?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna look at this weather thing though. Oh, god damn it, that shit's
Are you about to fly? Wait a minute, I got that case for my drone. That same
got
that
what?
case. I love that case, dude. I love it.
That's
That
right, mate.
case works beautiful for my Mavic 2 Pro, and I got one for the Mavic
nice.
2 Zoom. The
It
same
is.
one.
That's 6 batteries, brother. 6 carry 6.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Same one.
Anyway to go. Anyway to
Yeah.
go.
I love it, man. It holds 6 batteries. I can just get up and go. Love it.
Yeah.
That's right, Sting Ariel is a great location. You damn right.
If we do that meetup, I'll even bring the mini out.
That's all you got to offer, Jim.
What? I'll bring the Air 2 and the Maverick 2 Zoom. I'll bring them out too.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't know you had the Mavic 2 Zoom, Tim.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Now I'm watching that. Anytime you say something, now you go by Tim. Jacksonville. What the fuck is the other rooster, Ruru, kangaroo? What the fuck is the other one about?
Let me talk and I'll fucking tell you. I changed my name to Roo Rider Drones. And then I changed it back because Roo Rider.
I mean, who are you? A fucking Roto-Rooter? What the fuck?
Rooter.
He's got a few videos on his own YouTube channel.
Yeah,
he's got a couple of videos on Pornhub with that Roo-Rooter one.
That's right. When you get a good one, son, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, how do you like that skin? Is it coming off or is it staying on pretty good?
No, stay on, brother. Stay on. Yeah.
Man, I've had bad luck with those, and I just ripped them off. Jordan, I just stopped buying them.
Yeah, you got to put them on good though, mate.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh my god!
Read the instructions. You know, you got to take a big start is actually taking the paper off the back of the sticker because that makes them stick better. Where did you get them from, Adrian? Decal Girl. Oh, okay, righto. Decal Girl's got some.
Amazon, you dickhead. You fucking Amazon.
Okay, so you're calling me an idiot, but you use Amazon. So who's the dickhead here? Yeah, the what do you call it? Yeah, Decal Girl has got some really nice skins. Worth going, and they're pretty thick. They're good quality too. Good quality. That's a stage.
I gotta get this printer.
Are you printing something, Tim?
Toothpicks.
Are you printing something, sir?
No.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I got a question for you. Why you got that fucking condom on the damn chair? Take that off, man.
Don't take it off.
What do you have that condom on the goddamn chair? Take it off.
No.
Hey man, you have to write it raw. Raw.
That's what you said.
Brother.
Oh my God, Adrian.
What the hell have you been drinking, Adrian? What the hell?
Oh, hey, did you see that look of man? What the fuck, Adrian?
That's
holy shit.
Crazy shit.
That was a little, you know, it got a little razzle dazzle, you know what I mean? That's all it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
America right there. That's
America.
Yeah.
So, Matt, you about to go, man?
Huh?
You about to go, Matt?
Yes. Yeah, got to nick off, boys. I think I've got to sort this afternoon out. And you know what? It can be a good thing with some cloud cover because we might actually get the light fingers coming through gaps in the cloud. Awesome shit.
So you're about to go fly?
Yeah. Yep, I'll go for a little fly this afternoon. And Mike's just popped back in. What's happening, mate?
Oi.
Oh shit! You know, now I'm about to go because I can't get a fucking word in. I gotta go.
Yeah.
You haven't even said anything, Adrian. What the hell, man?
Like to take off.
Yeah,
All
right.
Tim, I'll see you later, man. Good seeing you, brother.
See you, Matt.
All right, Tim, nice meeting you.
I'll give you a message, mate.
Take care. Cheers.
See you, buddy.
What do you think, Tim?
Nice meeting you.
That
Yeah, I like
turned
that.
out pretty nice, bro.
All
Yeah,
right.
you took the hell out of it.
Now, how long did that took, Mike? Like 3 days?
That was like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
What's the infill on that? 15?
15% infill.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit heavier than a ping pong, but it's some silk filament.
Yeah, but how many times did you have to tune it in to get that I mean, that good.
Dude.
Fuck, that's good. Exactly. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it was more than one. Yeah, it took a couple. So I got one print, and then I got
My God, it looks like a pygmy graveyard.
a second print, and then so this is from last night. Since last night, I
Looks
printed
like,
the 1 and 2, and then today I got some new silk filament in, so I printed the number 3.
Yeah,
a little
Adrian
bit
just
different change. Had to
Silk.
tune a little bit for the silk, but yeah, the prints are coming out nice with that fucking direct drive the filament tube.
Mike trying to ask me a
It-
question. Mike,
coming
do you
around.
mind? Mike trying to ask me a question. Do you mind? Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Matt.
What?
You were gonna ask a question, Adrian. I'm waiting on the question, bro.
Oh my god!
I'm waiting on the question, bro.
Hey, Mike. I love you, buddy. I do, man. Come on. Man. I mean,
You know, see, this is the thing, Matt.
hey, just that
I
my
spent-
microphone is only cost $20.
This is like the fourth live stream I've
I
been
got a
on
crappy
in the
microphone. You don't.
since last night. Okay,
Only the 4th.
Adrian was complaining about my microphone,
Yeah,
so
right.
I dropped the gain like way down on the microphone, and I dropped the volume all the way down. And I got on a couple live streams, and they're like,
It's still
"Dude,
too
your
loud.
mic's
I
a
can
little
hear
bit low."
myself.
So I adjusted a little bit of the volume, you know, and they're like, "You're still a little bit low." So I adjusted a little bit of the gain. So I'm like at half and half now, and he's still whining. He's worse than a woman, dude. It's no wonder he's single, bro. You know what I mean? It's no wonder he's fucking single. He's such a whiner, dude. They're like, "Oh, dude, you're so high maintenance, dude. I can't deal with you. I gotta go."
Hey, man, listen. That was the best shit of your show right here. That was the best ending of your show right there. Love you, man.
I love you, Ed. I love you, bro.
Hey, that was a good ending right there. That was a good ending.
I can't deal with
But
you.
yeah, I did go on some streams and adjust the volume to try to get the
Hey,
gain down a little
you
bit.
wasn't a woman. I can't deal with you. I gotta go. That was
He's made an impression on me.
That was a mic drop right there, man. It's like,
Oh,
I'm not sure what kind of impression it is, but he's made an impression
indentation.
nonetheless.
Mike, you killed me, Mike. You just killed me, dude.
I love you, man. Look at you, man. That big old microphone, man. You're looking so professional over there.
Mm.
Yeah,
And yet-
I ain't even got my microphone on the screen, dude. And it's like
Yeah.
fucking overpowering. I don't know.
It looks
I tried dropping it down. And
it looks professional, doesn't it? But the same old
yeah,
dumb shit still comes
yeah,
out.
it's the same sound. It really is. That was the problem with that 850 microphone I had too. It was always the same sound. It didn't matter. You know, I had to upgrade. Fortunately, I have a YouTube following, and they were like, "Dude, you need a better microphone." And they were like, "Here's $75, man. We're gonna chip in and get you a microphone." And I was like, "All right. Since you sent in 75, I'll double your money, and I'll put 150 into a microphone, and this is what I get." You know what I mean?
Brute force.
YouTube made this happen, Adrian. It wasn't me. It was YouTube.
Happens when you get that.
It just happens, dude.
Yeah.
When you get over 1,000K, and
Yeah.
you know, I mean, the like popularity thing. I mean,
This
your
cup
head
is
gets
red.
like this
It's
big,
not
and-
pink. It's red.
Pink. It's pink.
It's red.
it
Pink.
started out red.
It's red.
It
No,
started out red.
it looks pink.
it does.
Because
Just
the
saying.
sun-
I think
Maybe it's my color on this. Maybe it's a Samsung monitor, but it looks pink.
no. What he did was he actually went out and bought one of those chameleon cups. And when you touch them, they turn the color of your personality. And, and Adrian's just to be pink. He's just gone pink. My
So
Hey,
what
Matt,
color is this, Matt?
Hey, Matt, my daughter.
To me, this is like a peach. It's supposed to be orange.
Can't hear you, Adrian.
Mike, slow down. Mike, he asking me a question right now, Mike. Hold on. What was that, Mike?
What did you say, Adrian?
I said, you see, that was a question, Mike. You see that? Be quiet for a second, Mike. That was the question.
Dude, I haven't
Let
said
me
that
answer.
thing in like 45 seconds. I don't know what I mean. A second. What's that?
I haven't said anything for 45 seconds.
Dude, I've just been sitting here twirling a print. You know what I mean?
Stop watching.
Let me go back to it.
Hey, Mike.
I'll let you
Hey,
take
Mike,
over.
he put a timer on it. He timing how long. He wasn't saying anything.
I got OBS. It gives me times.
Beautiful thing. God damn it. But I am going to have to go. I am going to have to roll, gentlemen. Stuff to do. And we're at the 3-hour 10 mark now.
Matt, thank you for letting me entertain everybody with Adrian.
That's all right. That's all right, mate. Good on you. Good on you. Thanks for coming in.
I just wanted to come on and show my print. Really, that's all I wanted. That Nissan filament I got it was pretty cool, and I just changed over to direct drive on my printer, so there's like no like big long extruder tube, and it's like redefining all my prints and cleaning everything up, and it's turning out pretty nice. I like it.
Okay, so this stream has been sponsored by Matt from Northeast Drum Production. Thank you for coming, fellas. We got to go.
Thanks
America.
for the commercial update.
America. America.
Oh, dear.
Don't even
All right.
get it started, right, Tim?
Nope.
He's over there wanting to show his sword.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. See you later, man.
That's not ready for
Everybody
Matt.
in the chat, love you guys. I got to go. Hey,
See ya.
hey, whoa. By the way, my stream is now on Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, here we go.
We'll see you tomorrow, Adrian.
Hey, Tim, Tim,
Tomorrow, brother.
Tim, you need to be here tonight, tomorrow.
I'll print something really cool tomorrow to bring on your show.
All right, Night Train. I'll see you later, man.
How you going on, Rodney?
Matt, thank you for having me, bud.
Hey, Adrian.
Have a good one, man.
Good. Are you going on,
Take
Adrian?
I'm going to drop too.
Oh, my God.
What was that, Matt?
Are you going on Rodney's? Are you going on Rodney's?
Normally he starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, ain't it?
Yeah. I think.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. I'll be on.
Okay, mate. Well, I might see you then. It's
I'll
only
see
about
you tomorrow morning, Adrian, right?
it's only about 8 hours away. 9 hours.
I gotta go because Peter Carroll telling me to get off. See, Peter told me to get off, so I gotta go now.
Better listen. Edge FPV. Where did you send me a message, mate? I didn't see that.
Facebook.
Oh, I've got nothing there.
Maybe an email.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah, you're on tomorrow for me, Adrian. So tomorrow morning you'll be on.
Cool.
So, like I said, Tim, you need to have your ass here tomorrow.
I will. I'll be here. You know what I'm saying? America.
America. Somebody got to do it. Hey, Matt, say it loud.
Here we go.
Say it loud.
Australia.
Australia.
Papa,
I thought it was Kangaroo Jack.
Papa, I feel
Yeah,
sorry
no.
for you.
Oh, who she
You
feels
feel
sorry?
sorry, honey bun.
He
My
said-
daughter just told me she feels sorry for me. Why?
You
There's
said
a lot of people who do.
He said Australia. I got to hand it to him.
Matt, you know what? I don't know what the hell you did to my daughter, but I don't like it, sir.
Mate, well, we have good chats, mate. She's a good girl, and we talk about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so whatever, Tim. I'll see you later, man. Everybody in the chat. See you later. Good night.
Adrian's daughter, just leave your boyfriends away from Adrian.
She's so funny. She pays the shit out of him.
Oh, good on her. All right, Matt. Thanks for having me up here, brother, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. No worries. All good. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks, bud. Bye.
See you, buddy. Well, thank you very much, everybody, once again. Join us. We had a good chat today, all sorts of stuff. And good to see Stevie pop on in from Capture Life Connection, and Tim Devine too, which is good. Always someone good to catch up with someone local too. So we'll go for a fly this afternoon. Bloody sun has disappeared. It was a beautiful morning, but now these bloody clouds have come over. You know, typical. You know, get the 6 batteries here. I've got it charged up, ready to rock and roll, and bloody weather will put an end to it, I reckon. Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, thanks very much popping in once again, and hopefully we'll do it again. Same time, same channel next week. You have a great weekend, great week, and I'll see you all again then. All right, catch us later. Ciao.